Good evening. Um, I've had a few beers tonight, so bear with me if you're watching this later. Next few days, yeah, it's one of them deals. Um, bit of a uh, bit of a strange weekend, to be honest. Done my lives last night, which went really well, and then went on to another live, which it was actually quite emotional, not for me, but for for the guys that I went onto their stream with and stuff. Yeah, and it just kind of it brought things back to me and stuff like that. And today it was generally a good day, and then it went a little bit kind of um, emotional again, and it's been the same theme throughout this evening, unfortunately. Um, so yeah. Anyway, enough about that. I done a tasting event, not live or anything like that, but I've done a 6 can um, blind tasting, um, and trying to sort things out, doing this, doing the whole adulting thing. Um, it's been kind of tricky, and then I don't know. It's just been boiling. It's been really tricky. Um, as I said, my daughter went to a birthday party this afternoon until late evening, and then I popped in, met up with a couple of friends that I was going to be kind of like joining, but that fell through because the party I went to suddenly changed the dynamic of, oh, you can't leave your daughter here, you've got to stay here because there's not enough adults and all that. Anyway, boring stuff, as I've said. Let me just change this screen resolution. As it's just me, I'm not expecting anyone. Oh well, I'm not. I haven't sent the link out anywhere, so this is just a random me rambling. So I'll put that out there so you can clear off if you want, which is fine. Um, so yeah, so 6 beers. They're all labelled 1 to 6. I haven't drunk them all actually. Some of them stuck together because the old labels are off them. So, for instance, number 6, you get the deal. 1 to 6. Part of Liam's beer on Instagram. I've actually drunk 3.5 of them. I'm just trying to remember what they are because I've been sent photographs. So I would have definitely have joined you, Rasco and Disco, but at the time, my daughter woke up, and blah blah blah. So right, let me find out what the hell these beers were. Can I get a photo? If I got the photo, so it's that one. So right, first beer. 1, 2, 3. So the first beer was actually, my stance on the brewery is I'm not buying anything from them, but obviously being a blind tasting sent by someone else. It was Cloud Waters. What's it called? Temporary Fortune Double Dry Hopped IPA. So there's the beer. I don't know if you're going to see that. It's not name or. It's got, I think it's a little lamb on it. So Temporary Fortune, Belima and Citra, double dry hopped IPA, 6% ABV, pairing one of our staple hops with an exciting varietal that's new to us. So I guess Belima is the new to us, and Citra, which is, who doesn't like Citra? So Jackman was in the comments a lot earlier when I was just about to set the stream up, and then my daughter woke up, and that's hence why it had like a 40-minute kind of delay from the starting point. So cheers, Joke Band. We've got Miscellaneous. How you doing, mate? Drew. Hope you're keeping well, mate. Cheers for chiming in. I know it's late for me, so there's probably going to be no one this side of the pond. But yeah, I've just had a up and down few days. I've had a few beers tonight, and I'm not entirely sure how this is going to pan out. But obviously, needed to do it for some reason or other. It's up to 3 people, so I really do appreciate you listening to this waffle. Anyway, that was the first beer. Hi, Vanessa. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it, as always. So second beer was from Polly's, and it was their black IPA. Was it New Tropical Reflex? New Tropical Reflex black IPA, which I've drunk. Third beer was from Play Brew Co., and it's their Tropical Pineapple Fruity Sour Goes, which I didn't even think was a Goes. I've drunk that as well. I thought it was a rhubarb sour. I didn't think it was pineapple at all. It came across to me like a rhubarb sour. I've no idea how many points I scored in this 6-can tasting event. I've still got, as I said, 2.5 of the beers left. One I actually did know. We'll get to that in a minute. So the fourth beer was from Pentridge Brewing Company. It's their Hello Mr. Simpson, which is an Imperial IPA, 10% ABV, brewed with Citra and Eldorado. I was saying Imperial. I mean that 10%. You get into the realms of it's a triple IPA, basically. I guessed it was a strong IPA, and I actually still got that beer here because I knew it was a strong beer. It looks quite pale on camera, but it's definitely a shade darker than that this side of the light. So I've got a light kind of there shining down, so you're getting that kind of more of a paler effect. But it's actually more of that colour once you get the right side of it. It's funny how that changes from there to there, just with the light. So, but yeah, this is a triple IPA, 10% ABV. Very resinous, very kind of. It's still quite green. I think it's a fresh can. Yeah, it's good stuff. I will get to the comments. I'm just going to go through these last few beers of the tasting event I done on a Zoom hangout not too long ago. So what number is this? So this number 5. I knew what this was. Just the size of the can and the way it poured out, because I've had it before. Look at the colour of that. So it's more that colour, as I said, with the light, with a pale background. You can tell it's a proper fruited sour type thing. It looks really pale there, but it's not. It's proper dark. So this is a beer from Daya Brewing Company. They're out of Cheltenham here in England, and this is their My Phone Is on Snooze, which is a 3.5% raspberry Berliner Weiss, but it tastes a lot. The body of the beer is crazy for the ABV. It's proper pulpy. It's proper thick, gloopy. It's a great beer. This is their second batch of this, I believe. I reviewed this 2 or 3 years ago. It's I knew what it was, just the size of the can. I knew it had just been re-released, so I got a few points for that. I think that's the only one I got lots of points for. And the last beer, which I I was nowhere near. Well, I knew it was an Imperial Stout. It's actually 11%. This was. I thought it was like 10%. I can't remember what I said it was. There's a bit of that left. So this is 11% from Free Hills Brewing Company, and it's their, what do they call it? I'll just zoom in on the photo. Something Imperial Pastry Stout, a chocolate donut Imperial Stout, 11% ABV. I opened this quite a while ago, so there's not going to be any of that kind of head or retention or anything like that. Not that you're going to get much of that with this kind of style of beer and ABV. But yeah, so what was I getting out of this? I was getting more of a kind of tonka bean. This is what I said on what I thought it was. Vanilla tonka bean, cacao nibs, and that was pretty much it, really. Slightly sweet, little bit kind of that malty kind of thing going on, and that was it for the tasting. Points wise, I have no idea. I had to leave before the end of the. They're doing certain points for brewery, style of beer, name of the beer, flavour, all so on and so forth. So I've never really done one of these before. I don't really like doing these blind tastings too much. I'm pretty crap at them. So it just shows you up for what you are, which I know what I am, but yeah, you get exposed. But it's good fun. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Anyway, let's get back to the comments. Enough about my fucking waffle. Where do we even get to? Christ. On a bike, we've had a few comments. So sorry about that. So Vanessa says hi. I'm not going to post them unless it's a proper question. Miscellaneous. Drew says, hell yeah. About to get started myself. Yeah, good on you. Got home from work. Yep, fair play. Vanessa says hi to Drew, and vice versa. Hey there, Craig. Hey, how you doing, Jules? Hope you're keeping well. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if you didn't catch the beginning part, but I'm having a little bit of a phase, probably since last night. To be honest, there's been a few things. I think last night set me off a little bit when I was on the old chat. I had quite a few beers. I went on to a chat, and it got a little bit heavy, I have to say. Not from my personal point of view, but through friends of the channel and good friends of mine. It hit home a little bit. I'm having a few beers tonight, so forgive me about that. Yeah, it just brought back a few kind of like things, because I've never really opened up about stuff. So I'm just fighting this at the moment. It's just that I've had a really good time the last weekend. I think that's what it is. I had a really good time. Met with some of the best people you could ever meet. Not all of them, because there is more. The best people you could ever meet that can be there, if that makes sense. But so that was a really kind of big high. So coming off that, I was fine until last night, and then it just kind of hit me. I just dropped, kind of off a bit of a cliff, really. I was all right on my streams that I done last night, but it was more the after part, trying to be there for a mate who's going through some shit, and people are doing their own stories and stuff, and it just got to that. Then it had a few beers in, and so on and so forth. Sometimes you shouldn't drink really if but you sometimes I don't know until it hits you. It's not whether it's drink induced or not. For whatever reason it just went, and it got pretty heavy, and then a bit of today, it followed through a little bit. I took my daughter to a little birthday kind of party. I made arrangements. I was going to drop her off and go for a few beers with some friends I hadn't seen for a long time. And then about half an hour before, I said, "Oh, you can't drop her off. You have to stay because we ain't got enough people to look after the kids." I'm like, "Okay then." So there's a little bit of that. So I was a bit pissed with that. But fair play. I mean, it's not probably. It's just the way it is. So I had to let someone down. And in the end, on the way home, it kind of got to the level where she was like, "Oh, I want some." And then the little one started playing up. And I was like, this is just like on top of the night before. Yeah, I mean, you don't need to hear all this. So, yeah, it just got a little bit too much, to be honest. What a wonderful beer that is. The sour one. Anyway, I did promise to try and talk through these comments, but I appreciate you still sticking with me. So there's people saying hello to each other. So we've got Jules saying hello. Cheers, Jules. If you're still watching, I really appreciate it. Vanessa saying hi to Jack Man. Cheers to Jules. Sal's my fave. Yeah. I mean, you'd love this, Jules, if you're still watching. Look at that. This is like, yeah. It's only 3.5. But the body of the beer is like in your face, real kind of like gloopy. It's ridiculous. It's one of them pulpy kind of. As I said, it's not about ABV. For a lot of people, it seems to be, but it's not. For me, it's flavour, taste, body, and that's got all of that. Just not the ABV, but which is great. You could drink this all day. I think it's just too heavy. I don't think you could drink this all day. Not the ABV, it's just the body of the beer. It's just too much. Yeah. Anyway, 9 people watching. There was a minute ago, so thank you very much. Me waffling on here at this time of night in the UK, at least. So people saying hello to each other, which is cool. Vanessa Kissy saying a rhubarb stout. I did say rhubarb stout. Did I get it wrong? I love rhubarb, but it's not rhubarb. What beer was I talking about? I don't think it was. It wasn't rhubarb anyway. I thought it was, but it wasn't. That's annoying. I can't remember what beer was that. What beer did I think was rhubarb? It's not. It was the pineapple one. Yeah, it was a pineapple goza. I thought it was rhubarb. It was a blind tasting, but yeah, got it proper wrong. George is saying hi to Drew and Vanessa. Cheers, CB. I hope you're still around. So yeah, I'm not putting the things up. It takes too long. So I'm am I now behind? I'm 11 minutes behind already on the comments. So there you go. Jake Mann is saying hi to Vanessa, which is cool. Looked good up close, but a bit dark. Yeah, I mean, the distance color is what the true color is. It's just the light. I've got a light here, one of them kind of like pole lights with a thing at the top, and about, I don't know, an inch of dead moths and shit sort of below it. It's one of them lights. So I've got a light here. It looks paler on camera than it actually is. So always like to mention that. Miscellaneous is saying hi to CB, which is cool. Vanessa is saying the same. Looks good, that red wine. It really does. It's that. You can't really. It's too far away. You get an idea. That's probably the same colour until it gets near the light. That's still the same colour actually. It's not too bad. Get to there, it's like it's a little bit paler, certainly towards the thinner end of the beers or the beer, the top end if you like. The bottom is probably more of a true representation, unless I just kind of do that, and then you get the gist. But it is full on raspberry puree type kind of deal. Yeah. It is an interesting colour and it is yummy. It's one of them perfect kind of summer beers where you get a bit of a thirst on when you get these like heat waves you get now and again. I'm talking more like UK wise. We don't get constant temperatures in the 70s and 80s throughout the whole summer. We'll get up to the 80s, early 90s, mid 90s if it's a real fucking hot spell. And then it'll cool. We'll get that for a few days and it'll cool down. We'll get a thunderstorm. We'll get a few rotten days. And then all of a sudden it'll get warm again. And then it's like peaks and troughs. Our summers are like that. Always have been normal. But when you get them that real sweet spot of a few hot days, beers like this, banging. So CB saying hi to everyone. Cool. Jules saying, "Oh, looks yummy." Oh, I guess it's that beer. Going to try some of these sours. Yeah, you got to. Jackman saying hi. Cheers, mate. Hope you're still here. The stout looks a bit thin. The thing is, this has been open for quite a while, so it's given more of a false impression. I opened this probably about, I reckon, just past 10:30 UK time. So, and then I had to go and do. I've drunk quite a lot of it, and then I had to go and sort Littler now. Blah blah blah, boring stuff. But it's not. It's not. I wouldn't say it's particularly thin. Oh, it's 11%. So. For the 11%, yeah, I agree with you. It's thin for the ABV. Even the body wise is thin. Look wise, it just looks like an imperial stout. I think it's jet black. There's no light coming through. On that one at least. All the reviews I keep watching on sours have finally made me decide to buy a few. There you go, Vanessa. You don't know until you try. If you like sour beer, there's no point buying these beers if you don't like sour. Like not just like sour in beers, but sour in general. It's kind of defeats the object, if that makes sense. But because you know what you're going to get. If you're like puckering, it's going to be puckering. If you're not used to sours, they're going to be more puckering than if you're used to sours. And then you get this kind of like. If you're used to sours, then you get the low not ABV, but on the sour scale, you're going to get low ones, and then it goes up. Even if you're used to proper big, full-on sours, your palate does. It's like anything. It's like big ABV beers, big, strong barrel-aged beers. Your palate gets acclimatized to them. Even with like a bitterness in IPAs, if you're not used to big bitter IPAs and you go off the longboard, they're going to be too bitter. And it's the same with sours that it is with bitterness in IPAs. I think that's in my head anyway. If you're new to sours, tread carefully. Do some of the lower ABV sours. Get your palate used to it. Don't sink before you can swim, kind of deal. If that's is that a saying? I think it is. If not, I've just made it up. And I had that mistake with sours back in 2015. I'd not had one. I think I had one or two sours back then, and I tried a sour that was just way over my head for appreciating it, and my taste buds, it was just an overload. I think it was an Italian sour, and it tasted literally like, at the time, my taste buds thought it's like, this is just like malt vinegar. On that level, it was proper sour, too much for me, didn't enjoy it. But then I thought, well, I don't like that, but I'm going to train my palate to like sours. And it took me probably, I reckon it took me 2, maybe 3 years from then to actually get my palate. I forced my palate to like that style of beer. I didn't like them for a long time. And then all of a sudden, something, I don't know what it was, something just clicked. And I thought, that's nice. You'll hit a point where you like a beer, and then bang, you're there. It's one of them moments you just realise, bang, it just hits you, and it comes across, and it's like, this is really nice. That took me 2.5/3 years to get there, but since I've got there, it's like an apprenticeship for a style, if that makes sense. You're training your palate, you're grooming your palate almost. For me, at least, that's the way I kind of sort of saw it. Anyway, we're all different. Proper waffle, so apologies. What do we get to? I'm going to try something. Yeah, we saw that. Jackman says hi, looks a bit thin. What's the ABV? Says Paul. I don't know what beer you're talking about, so I'm probably going to have to go down a little bit. Stu T says hi. How you doing, mate? Hey, Brett. How you doing, mate? I hope you're keeping well, mate. I've been thinking about you the last sort of week or so, and it's good to see you chiming in. So I hope you're keeping well, brother. All over Blake's. Yes, mate. You probably saw then. Yeah, it kind of it did affect me a bit, I have to say. I ain't gonna lie. And it's the first kind of slight breakdown I've had for quite a long time. You can probably hear my voice. I'm kind of on top of beer last sort of week, on the come down from meeting some amazing people. It's been a bit of a bastard, to be fair, the last few days, and Litland's been not playing up, but been a bit aggy and got let down, and frame of mind, yeah. I'm okay in general though, so it's not. Generally, I'm okay. It's just the little fucking things, you put them all together, and it kind of builds up to something you just want to smash down. If that makes sense. I don't know. But we've all got our own shit, so I'm always wary of that as well. So this is not a fucking one of them. Oh, feel sorry for me, kind of bollocks, if that makes sense. So yeah, over on Blake's. So that's what the deal was there. Rasko and Disco. Cheers, Disco. I would have joined. I know someone tried to invite me. I was watching, but I got her to sleep. I was like lying in bed loosely, if that makes sense. But before she got to sleep, and then come to the beer room. I would have joined, but it's just timings and blah blah. What the part I did see of the show was really good. So as always. Jules was worried about. Don't worry about me. I'm all right. I just get through it. I'm probably a little bit more open about it than I was but this is my kind of therapy, if that makes sense. I come on here, waffle on a load about shit like I do in my reviews. Rather talk to people, and people I know, or people who want to tune in. You're my therapy. I've said that to people all the time. It's like, what do you know? This is my therapy. This is where I. There you go. There's all my shit. Talk, interaction, beer secondary, and it has been for a long time on my channel. It's more about you guys, talking to you guys, and getting shit out there. You know, not a lot of people do that. Open up. They got their kind of like, oh, it's not very manly doing this, and all that sort of bollocks, which I never buy into. It's fucking load of shit. And vice versa as well with people that have got their own stuff. I'm always open to if someone messaged me and said, "Oh, Craig, would you mind having a chat with me?" It doesn't have to be online or whatever, or the one-to-one. It'd be great. I'd be like, yeah, no problem. I can do that for an hour or so with someone else, not a problem. I could be an agony aunt, but then sometimes I'm like, you can't be an agony aunt to yourself. So I wish I was. I'd never do this. It's kind of one of them kind of deals. So even if you can't talk to me, or if you talk to someone, if you've got the older mental health shenanigans going on, and I've got a few friends, very close friends, and some of them on YouTube that have had their kind of issues and shit. If they don't talk to me, talk to someone. It doesn't matter who. If it's me, a mate of mine that they know, blah 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 blah, family member. Family is always it's always tricky, I think, when it comes to mental health issues. Talk to someone and a family member about your own mental health issues is. I mean, it's like I don't talk to my parents about it. My dad's it's too heavy for me, kind of thing. Even since the whole since last October kind of things happened, I've never really spoken to my parents about it. They know, they were here, blah blah blah. I've never really opened up to anyone about it, really. I've been trying to just deal with myself, just trying to get myself stronger for my daughter. I don't really like talking about it because it's not, as I said, it's not one of them things where trying to find the words. I'm all right. I'm trying to find the words. I mean, especially what's been going on like the past year and a half. You have to be considerate about other people's problems, and I've always been like that, So when you start talking about your own shit, it's like it's not a competition about your own things that are going on in your life. Some people find that is, I think, unintentionally or intentionally, I don't know. It's not about that. It's more about opening up, talk to someone, make yourself feel slightly better, maybe. So I'm not looking at the camera. It's just like I'm just like in that waffling my mind, if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We've had a few comments since, so sorry. Where do we get to? Vanessa says we are there for you. I know you are, and thank you very much, Vanessa. I really appreciate that. How long ago was that? A long time ago. Yeah. So Paul says, "Yeah, hi Craig. Know the feeling. Better off. Yeah, and I'm more like that. I never used to be, but I'm more kind of like, there you go. That's what it is. So cheers, Paul, mate. I appreciate it. Disco says totally identified with that, Craig, especially with the Howard thing. Yeah, I mean, I'm well behind on the comments, so it's not going to be relevant to. It's like a 20-minute conversation, kind of from then till now, kind of deal going on. But there's 10 people watching, which is that gets me straight away. That there's people willing to listen to this. That's not really kind of that beer related, really. More. I feel that are willing to listen and probably almost certainly care. So yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much. I really, it's really nice. So I've got Paul from PA Brew News. So yeah, this is like a smidge 20 minutes ago. People saying hello to Paul, which is cool. Drinking a new RAR Star Wars series sours, unbelievable. Okay, we got Raggy as well. I mean, this guy is just he puts it in a way, and he knows what's and he won't mind me saying, because he does it all the time with issues with mental health. You've probably been listening a little bit since I've seen your first comment, mate. So I hope you're still here. Yeah, this guy is just he's unbelievable with opening up about stuff. I've watched this guy for probably since last spring. Had his issues in that period of last summer. I was well engaged. Tried to engage late summer because that's the person I am. Just just it wasn't about beer even back then. It's more this guy's legit, open and honest, and wears his heart on his sleeve, puts it out there, no shame. Just a great guy. Never met him. I haven't met him yet. I will do. Obviously, since then I've gone through some stuff, and yeah, I'm welling up here. So sorry. Shit. I didn't think I'd get like this, but there you go. So he's just reviewed Draft Verdant Imperial Stout. Okay, is that one of the discovery? I can't even fucking talk. One of the discovery bottles from Low Cost Beer, I assume it is. Paul says, "Cheers. What brews aren't a bit thin?" Yeah, well, that was a perfect intro for you, wasn't it, mate? So, this lady says, "I truly love beer, Sean." Yeah. But I mean, I don't know what beer you're referring to. It's probably the triple, actually. This is a proper chewy. Not Star Wars chewy, but do you know what I mean? It's a proper, as beers go. This is a chewy beer, or something like that. I used to be able to do that, but obviously not this many beers in. But this is decent triple IPA. They're just too. They're a little bit too kind of much though. Not the body; it's just the whole hop burn thing of a triple IPA. And now you've got these fucking quadruple IPAs that are starting to do the rounds. It's like, fuck off. Why can't you just have a pale ale that tastes really good? You know, it's you don't need all that fucking ABV. I drink for flavour, see. So this whole new trend of triple IPAs, it's about, I mean, more of a UK kind of like perspective. I don't understand it to a degree, because it to a degree detracts from the flavour and the taste of these beers. Um, anyway, waffling on again. So Raggy saying I had a wild weather stout. That was nice introduction. You've not had too many sours, have you? Yeah, I mean, wild weather, were they Reading way? I did watch a bit of that review. I've had a few of their beers before, but I've had quite a lot of sours in the last few days. To be fair, and lagers. But I've had a lot of these like sours in the fridge for ages. So, um, James from Rampant Lion reviews big, strong, foreign. I can't even pronounce that bit. And with a black love heart, whatever, mate. Cheers. Cheers for chiming in. Foreign beers. Foreign. Jagman saying, Raggy, how you doing, mate? Hope you're good. And then I'm trying to catch up. For me, a good sour is all about how it mellows out with the big puckering impact and sweetens up. See, I like sours, but I'd love to have that puckerness. You know, that first mouthful you get of a sour. I want that throughout the whole beer. I don't want that to drop, and it does. It goes, whoa, it's sour, and, and then you get used to, your palate gets used to it, and it carries on, which is all right. But once you get to that middle to sort of final third of that kind of flavour of a sour, I kind of lose interest a little bit. I want that puckerness from the beginning to the end. Whether you're going to get that in the beer, you're probably not. It's just one of them things where your palate gets used to it, and then it just, you can't control your palate, I guess. That's my only kind of like, with sours in general, even the real big off, fuck off, in your face sours, your palate still gets used to it, and there's always a drop off, which is a real shame. But it's only natural, I guess. So James is saying he loves Raggy, which is cool. I do as well. What did we get to there? He just jumped like, how many corners did that fucking jump? It's the trouble with this fucking StreamYard. It really does. So we got to there. Raggy saying, very good and sober, matey. Nice to be awake at this time of night. Progression from the world of anxiety. Yeah, well, I get anxiety. I mean, I've only taken my little one to a pub twice. I've been really anxiety. My anxiety has gone through the roof, because it's like, shut up, just behave, and all that. It's not been that good for me. I've only been twice with her to the pub in the last. It's only recently in the last month. It ain't done my anxiety very good. I'm very kind of like, I can't enjoy myself. It's like. Adam saying, "Oh, good evening, Mr. Craig. Home from the pub, which means Imperial Porter time." So that was about 20 minutes ago. Cheers, Adam, mate. Really, really did enjoy your company the weekend, and yeah, in parts when we weren't too fucking inebriated, which was most of it. But no, I generally did enjoy your company. It's really cool. James, my good friend, how are you? Says Raggy, just had draft third and MP Adam. What are you saying to Adam? So I'm well behind. I feel for you, Craig, because get me started again, Raggy. Yeah, it's just it's there. It's laid bare. It's there, it's laid bare. Um, I'm all right at the moment. It's weird. It's like peaks and troughs. It's like, whew, and then you're fine. I can handle it. And then you talk about, oh fucking hell, and then you go on, and it's like it's weird. The human emotion of or the mental emotion, I guess, from shenanigans. The mind is a bit weird, but generally I'm all right. I'm all right at the moment. It's weird. 10 minutes, 20 minutes ago, I was fucking like whoa, wobbly. Adam saying, crying, wish I hadn't been so silly in Bristol. Was looking forward to a good chat. There'd be plenty of other opportunities, man. That's the way I look at things. It's longer periods of time help. I find when you're meeting up with people and having a few beers, when you're cramming it into like 2 days, you're just gonna fucking like, yeah, let's get on it. How you doing, mate? And all this bollocks. And then you look back and think, why did I do that? Why don't you just chill out? And you just get excited. Beer, great company, give us a hug, blah blah. And then hindsight kicks in when you've done it all and you get back home and you think, oh fucking hell, why did I do that? Why didn't I do this? Longer periods of time together. I think that's the key. And more regularly. So where do we get to? So Rasco, so I guess it's Disco saying hello to Adam, which is cool. Good evening. So Rasco or Disco is saying hello to Raggy. Chatting is a therapy. You'll be surprised the journey we're all on. Yeah, absolutely. I've been doing this since turn of the year to get my arse over this kind of period of my life, basically. And it's really damn helped. So Disco saying hello to James, and evening Rasco is saying Raggy. Lots of people saying hello to each other, so that gets me down a little bit further, which is cool. Raggy saying the funny thing is, talking is actually what we must do. We all have the issues, and we take a bit from helping others. Yeah, I mean, I've always been on that frame of mind. Sir Raggy, which you should be called. You're the king of that. We've dropped a few people, but that's fair dues. It's not. I didn't know what way this kind of chat was going to go. I just follow the chat and my feelings, and it follows it that way and this way. It's like Raggy's roller coaster craze. You just don't know sometimes if it's a new ride. You just go with the flow. As long as you don't get fucking stuck somewhere, like some poor folk did the other day. Oh, that's a fucking good sour, man. It comes across like, oh, it's an imperial sour. 3.5. This is the body of the beer, and the flavours hitting you in the fucking chops. One of them deals. Anyway, that was a bit of a segue. Well said, Raggy, says Disco. Absolutely. I need all the ABV, all the flavour, son. I know you do. You like your ABVs, and you want them fucking roasting hot like the surface of the sun. What can I say? Don't agree with you. Sorry for sending you a quadruple up. I haven't had it yet, but I know what it is. So, look, you sending me beers, Adam, is like, it's not, that weren't a personal thing. It's just where I seem to be finding where I am with IPAs. Had a few triples. I'm intrigued though. I've never had a quadruple IPA, so that's going to be a first. and I will review it. I don't know when I'm going to review it. I will review it. I'm going to review all your beers anyway. So, I mean, Glass House and blah blah blah. I've never reviewed a Glass House beer, so that's going to be good. I had a Polly's beer earlier. I can't remember what it was. Oh, I had a black IPA from Polly's earlier on the blind tasting. Adam. New Tropical Reflex. I thought it was a fucking brown ale. It didn't come across like a black IPA to me. I thought it was a brown ale. It weren't jet black. It was brown. It came out brown. I thought it was a brown ale. It just reminded me of that. It was sweet. It's weird, isn't it? Blind tastings. How that shit works. Anyway. Fucking hell. I think the comments have jumped here. Good sour or imperial coffee pour. I don't know what's in relation to. How long ago was that? That's only 2 minutes ago. I think you're talking about. Are you talking about the? I'm drunk in now. I'm sorry, because I'm behind with the comments for like a few minutes. It doesn't make any sense to me, especially when I've had a fucking skinful. So Rod J's in the house. Good evening, sir. Thank you for joining. It's a bit of an up and down kind of like live stream for me. Focus a bit because you want to see my face and ugly face and focus. Yeah, I've had a few beers. It's a bit more. It's a bit more serious and blah 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 blah. So, apologies. I think it's just the last few days have been a bit weird for some little strange reason or another. It's just the way it goes. I thought I just fancied a bit of company tonight. So I thought I'd just throw a solo live up and shoot the shit and have a chat. So cheers for joining, Rod. Always do appreciate it. So Raggy says, got some amazing beer halls coming tomorrow. I spent a fortune today. You'll love 2 of my beer halls. Yeah, I'll tune in then. I'll tune in. I caught a bit of your stream earlier, but yeah. So Raggy's saying hi to Rod, of course. Jagman saying, good lad, Raggy. Adam saying, cheers, Raggy. Paul, Rod, and James. Okay, I just jumped about fucking 5 comments there. Rod saying cheers to Raggy and Adam. Raggy saying went to a Black Irish brewery. It's a shithole area in Nottingham. Picked up some belters from a local bottle shop. Yeah, I caught a bit of that bottle shop thing. You mentioned me in that. I'm like, so I need to either message me back or I'll try and find it in the stream that you was going on about. But yeah, I must admit, I at the moment I've got so many beers, and I've just got a mega deal as well. One of my mates is going to get a box of Haspadgen Hop Day. How you pronounce it, I don't know. It's like, I can't remember how many beers it was. I think it's like 7 or 8 beers for like 12 quid. So I've got to be doing that. Adam saying, I think Polly's like Dire Struggle when it's not a stout or a standard New England IPA. So yeah, I don't know. I've not had much Polly's beers. They were getting similar about 2, whenever it was, 1.5, 2 years ago. They were starting to go along that line where they were very similar. Lots of the good beers of a high standard, but they were just like very similar. It's like great brewery though. I mean, they've definitely improved from when they were locker polys in them days. Excuse me. JV, how you doing, son? Yeah, you saw me last night a little bit, and I was a little bit here and there, if that makes sense. And I've kind of carried on that a little bit today, and I just threw this up for my own kind of like therapy, if that makes sense, just to try and get my head around things and open up and get it just people say, oh, if you want to vent, this is my venting, it's kind of one of them sort of deals. So it's one of them streams. So cheers for joining as always. I got a Day Collab barley one. What beer is that? Is that the beer you showed me? I can't remember. Very nice. Where did I get to on that? What's there? Roger says all good. About to have a few in a bit as well. Cool. If anyone wants to join, I said it's going to be a live kind of like solo review, but it's always open to friends of the channel, if that makes sense, as Raggy would say. If I know you like proper, if you want to find me a message, then I'm not going to put the link in the open chat, but if you fancy joining, if you're brave enough to join me in this kind of state, then yeah, feel free. Just shoot me a message. Let me just get this fucking. But I'll only reply to people who. What am I even in here? I guess it's Instagram. So I don't even know what's going on in my life at the moment. Fucking hell, Paul asked for the link half an hour ago. Jesus. Sorry, Paul. I don't know if you want to talk to me in this mood. That's what I'm just saying. So if you do really want to message me again, that's all I'm going to say. I'll leave it like that. So if you want to join, message me. Okay, there's still 9 people watching. It's bizarre. Well, thank you very much, but yeah, I always appreciate it, even depending on where I am in my head. So broken bridges. What happens to your Facebook? It's fine. Just go away then. It's fine. Ain't a problem. Why are you watching if you hate it so much? The trolls. So next one is Disco is saying to Rod, enjoy your interview on the Windows beer reviews last night. See, I need to catch up on all these things. I haven't watched any of these. This has been something I've wanted to do for a long time anyway. I think Rod was starting to do these review. I've appeared on his kind of like show. What, was it last September? I can't remember. Time is just like, when was that? It was over almost a year ago, which is bizarre. Stu saying hi to everyone. I'm trying to get through the comments. I'm only about 5 minutes behind, but that's a lot of comments in 5 minutes. It's easier for me actually shouting them out rather than. So Rod's saying cheers to Jeremy Vincent. Rod Joe saying Disco, thanks my friend. It was a great time, and Thomas has some fantastic questions. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really. That's the thing. I need to questions. I mean, I've wanted to review, not review, but like interview brewers before. It's like there's no point going into it if you don't know what you're going to fucking ask them. It's like you need a little bit of a set kind of in your head kind of ratio of questions. It's like I ain't got that. As much as I'd love to, and I'm accessible to certainly one local brewer, which is really high up in the like the cask beer kind of world. But yeah, I don't. You need to do a little bit of research within some of these things. Polly's barley wine was a bit of a mess, so I can't remember who said had that. Was saying hi to JV and vice versa, which is cool. So Raggy, the beer I was on about earlier was the Black Iris, 15 quid, 250ml bottle, shown for a collab review in August. Okay, I've heard about that beer. I did hear about that beer a few weeks back. Okay, I was wondering what that was. Yeah, I mean, fingers crossed. If the festival gets cancelled, I'm still coming up. I'm just letting you know, Raggy. We can just do Birmingham. We just do Nottingham. I ain't cancelling it. So it's a bit more of a recce-in trip for future trips and stuff. Just because say the festival got cancelled, it's just there's still plenty of places to go and have a beer and meet you. You know, at the end of the day, it's still going to bloody happen. Roger is saying about to make some dinner. Would join for sure. But yeah. I mean, if you're around, I mean, I don't know how long this is going to go on for, but we've got a few people watching, which is for this time of night. It's really appreciative. That word, you know what I mean. Where do we get to? Yeah, don't worry about it, Adam. I sort that out. It's not a problem. It doesn't affect me. I'm pretty thick-skinned when it comes to that sort of stuff. It's just go away, done. It's not going to put me off. You kind of get used to it. You're always going to get one or two, and it's not a big deal. Don't even like talking about them. Fuck off. Adam saying to Raggy, the chocolate orange one ? Was thinking of bringing that to. I can't even fucking read. Was thinking of bringing one from Carnival of Versus with Black Iris. There you go. So that'd be in October for you, Raggy. Yes, was I thinking last year we need to do those again. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. That was really cool. I mean, it's something even since back last late summer I've been meaning to do, but I just never got round to it. And maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Maybe just let other people do it. I saw that 20 from not worth the fucking hassle, man. As I said to you before, Raggy, when you've had your twats on there, it's like just not even going to highlight it. Just is what it is. It doesn't bother me. Where did I even get to? Yes, Adam, says Raggy. Brew caravan or collab or something, 12% ABV. Rod saying, had my first beer festival here next month and so looking forward to it. Yeah, absolutely. I bet it's going to be awesome, man. Rod goes on to say to Adam, trolls can show up any time they can. And fucking hell, we're actually up to date with the comments. It's definitely quicker than putting them on screen. Anyway, let me get some beer down here. I'm going to start off with the triple IPA, the Laird. There we go. It's just too strong. It is. It's just really strong. It's nice. It's nice, but the body of the beer is like, oh, you just know. All I've got is a bunch of cans with numbers on, like that. So I can't actually show the actual label. I'd love to have the label, but I've had 6 beers. I haven't had a clue what the fuck they are. Apart from one, I knew one of them. Everything, the whole thing, I knew what it was, which is that, because I've had it before, and I knew it'd just been re-released. Apparently, it sold out in about an hour on re-release, but I reviewed it about 3 or 4 years ago. My something on snooze, I can't remember what it's called now. Oh, excuse me, does that come up on camera? I can't be asked fucking listening to this. This is what adds to things. I'm trying to build my life back, trying to be a father. I get comments. Can't be fucking arsed with it all. Just because they're feeling where they are, I need to get myself in order before I can deal with that. If that makes sense. Segue. Where the bloody hell was this beer? I think is it my microphone's on snooze or my phone's on snooze? Whatever the fuck it is. Let me just do a little check here. It's got to come up straight away. My phone's on snooze. There you go. I knew what it was. So my phone is on snooze. It's a fruited Berliner Weiss at 3.5% ABV. Berliner Weiss flavoured with 500 kilos of raspberry puree. I guess that's in. I've got the window open. Seagulls are starting to shout. Fuck off, you bastards. That's good beer. 9 people. Come on now. No more comments. So it's just people listening to me waffle. So that's it, really. As I said, if you want to join for a little bit, it's 20 past 1 here now in the UK. So I've been going. I've been going an hour. Didn't feel that. There's a few people watching, so I really do appreciate it. But as I said, this is more of a therapy, late night, chill down session. Kind of deal. So let me drink this triple, get this out of the way. Some people neck these things. Just down it. It's like, you twat. It's just, to me, it's just always been a twattish thing to do. Even if you don't like it. It's just, I don't like it that much. It's a triple IPA. Neck it. Not a care in the world. Do you know what I mean? It's just, that ain't this guy. Fair play. If you're on your, I think that all comes down to what responsibilities have you got in your life. If you haven't, then fair play. Have at it. as they say in the States. But if you have responsibilities and stuff and you start necking beers, then that's questionable. Um, I do have them. I'm not doing it. I never have done though, even when I was younger. I can't even neck a pint of lemonade, so it's too gassy. It's not about the beer; it's just fucking gas in it. I can neck a pint of water, but even then, I'm like, I don't want to neck a pint of water. Why? Why? You know, it's just I just don't like necking fucking drinks. So, um, still no comments. So we're good. We're good to roll with the randomness of this chat. 8 people. Is anyone drinking? Is anyone drinking a beer at the moment? I'd imagine some in the UK might be. Other folk in the US will be, because it's going to be that time of day. Let us know. What are you drinking? Where are you from? Oh, I'm slowly getting more drunk with this triple IPA. Yippee-I-A. That could be a name of a beer, couldn't it? So why? Why? No, I'm trying to work out what that could be. Yippee-I-A. I don't know. That'd be an interesting collab, couldn't it? Yippee-I-A. Fucking hell, we've had loads of comments just come in. I'm drinking a Hop Hooligan. Fucking hell, of course you would. Is that foreign? Hop Hooligans, is that a foreign black triple IPA? Where's that from, son? Listening to you for a few minutes before work. Fair dues. Have I been watching the Euros? Yeah, I've been watching it. England was fucking shit yesterday. I didn't watch I wanted to watch the game earlier, the Portugal Germany game, but I ended up staying out a bit longer. As I said, I took Little to the pub earlier, and I'm with two really good friends. They really want me to go to a bottle share next Saturday. They're like, we know you know, things going on with Little and trying to get a babysitter and stuff, and whether or not I can go and all. But they really want me to go. Their daughter, which is 20, she's 20 apparently, is willing to look after her in my house, which is a bit weird because this house is a fucking shithole. So that's a bit weird. Or take Little down the pub and then they'll take her to one end of the pub. It's not going to work. So I'm like, oh, if I'm going to this bottle share, I just want not to think. And that sounds terrible, but I need to properly relax. So we're going to work on that in the week. So where did all that fucking come from? All from the fucking Euro comment, which is bizarre. There you go. So Rob's saying hi to James. Die Hard. Cheers. Yeah, Die Hard. It is Yippee-I-A. Yeah, that's the Yippee IPA. That's what I would call it. So James is saying hi to Rod, which is cool. Rod's saying working, coming early. Don't know what that's in reference to. Foreign brewery from Romania. Can't get that on the ferry. I guess that's what you're saying. Fucking hell, we still got Disco or Rasco. It's ironic. The Hop Hooligans. Anyway, you know what all that shit about. 8 people. Went up to 11, down to 8. It seems to be it's like that. It's weird. Chime in if you're not been chatting. Just say hello. The world is your friend. Hello. That's not a good film. So James is saying, weekend gig teaching the Chinese guys English. That's cool beans. Fucking hell, James. Twat. Yeah, loved it. Their beers are cracking. Oh, is this Hop Hooligan? What an unfortunate name for a brewery. They couldn't understand your foreign speak, Quake. Good. Rod's saying, can they say Amazon? That's all you need. Indeed. Indeed you do. Oh, God. So I just saw something out there. That's it. Oh, getting steaming. I know it's just gone quiet with Raggy and Adam, so I'll imagine they've gone to bed, which is, in fairness, it's 1:30. So, a couple more comments then, just flooding the old screen here, multitasking like you do. They're from a wee place in, I can't even pronounce that, Chijuva in Bucharest. Yeah, it's Hop Hooligans, yeah. Romanian. Yeah, I know they're Romanian, but got about 15 or so Romanian beers to pump out over the next week's call. It's a foreign company. Gotta go now though. So yeah, first lesson starting soon. Ciao. Cheers, James, mate. Always a pleasure. It's been nice catching up with you for the last sort of couple of weeks. So Ross chiming into James, you should learn them English from watching the beer tubers. Fucking hell. Imagine that, getting paid for it. Fucking poor bastards. Yeah. It's not pronounced brewery, it's pronounced brewery. And getting paid for it. Can you imagine that? Fucking hell. You probably get copyright over that though. This is Disco saying, "Hi James, had one of the very near." Sorry, let me just. I can't fucking read. Hi James, I had one and very nearly ordered some of Hop Hooligans beers last year, but would have spent too much money, so didn't pull the trigger. Good beers though. Yeah, I mean they've been around. Early part of last year. I've seen them a lot on like Honest Brew was the first time I saw them in the UK on an online site. They probably turned up on other. I think they've been on Beer Merchants and stuff like that. But I've been aware of them. I was like, where the fuck are they from? And it's like because it was just a funny name for obvious reasons or unfortunate reasons, if you like. It's one of the kind of deals. So yeah, I did have a little nose. I think they had a black IPA or a stout or something. I remember good buddy Dean from Dean's Beer Reviews reviewed one last year from them. I think it's a can. I think it's a black IPA. I can't remember what it's called. I'm pretty sure we got that from Hop. I said it earlier. Fucking hell. Brain fart. Honest brew. Teach them up, James. The poor bastards. Yeah. Fucking hell. They're paying for that as well. Say beer hooligan. You can imagine it. Getting paid to learn them that. I've been saying I'm keeping out of it, but I just keep saying it all the time. It's just funny. It's just funny for me. That's all it is. It's not a poke. People are different. People have got their own sort of stuff, views, opinions. I like taking the piss. That's all it is. It's not meant any. Even with my enemies, it's not meant any malice. It's just I like to take the piss. It's banter, and that's it. It's not meant. It's not meant in any harm. Simple as that. Because I can't be asked with it. If it gets too serious, it's like, well, if you want to take it that way, then that's on you. It's more of just a laugh, taking a piss. I'm very happy for people taking the piss out of me. Not a problem. No offence. And unless you get the odd troll, it's like, well, toodaloo. So we're going nearly an hour and a half here. So again, if there's anyone watching, if I know who you are, you're not a troll, then you're welcome to join. I've still got a beer and a bit here to sup. So if you want to join me just for a general chinwag, have at it. So 5 people still watching. Come on. It can't be just the usual folk. There's 1 or 2 gone. What are you drinking? Do you want to join? Let me know if you want to join, and then I'll try and hook you up with the link. It's not going to be for very long. Just let us know. We're up to 6 people. Thank you for joining. So there we go. What are you drinking? Oh, damn. So Rod, do you want the stream link yet, or I'll send you the message or whatever. Let me just see who's alive. Done. I don't know if Paul, do you want the link? Are you watching? You're probably at work. I don't know if my mood is suitable for your personality at the moment. I don't know what I'm even saying. Because you're a beer brother. I don't know. I give up. Oh, God, blimey. Okay. Right, let me just sort my shenanigans out. As soon as I've got the link on the messenger, then I don't need to use the laptop. I do it all from my phone. Well, the rain is pouring outside, not inside, outside. Come on then, you slow piece of shit. And then it goes to messenger, it goes to fucking Thomas. Bear with my laptop, not me. And the rain's getting heavy. Why does it keep going to? I don't fucking get this shit. Why is there a call there? What's all that about? Group call. Call ended. I fucking wonder. Rod. So I'm posting this to RC Jones. Fucking slow piece of shit. There we go. Jesus. So check your why is it even fucking sorry. Copy. Thank you. And paste. Paste. Right, so I hope you get that. It's on your RC Jones thing. So I'll leave it like that for now. There's still 7 people watching, which is bizarre. Me just waffling on to myself. Okay, now. Do you want a link? Do you want to join, Alan? We'd love to have you on here if you're not busy. We haven't had a chat for a long time. If you want a link, it'd be really lovely to have you on. As I said, this is a random stream. It's not beer, blah 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 blah. It's more of a random one, a little bit deep in places. I watched some of your shit for a few weeks, which is it's always sad when when I'm a fan of a certain channel when I don't watch for a while. But you probably not missed my viewership, so because you're doing fucking awesome guns. You'd love to, but my kids are allowed. If it weren't for them, then I'll be in a bunch of yeah, no problem. Yeah, no, I get that shit. No worries. You're always welcome, homie. So, yeah, always. But yeah, cheers for trying to chime in and listen to this fucking waffle. So we're gonna get Rod J in here in a minute. We'll have a chat with him. So yeah, get the old headphones on then, Al, and fuck off with the background noise. Sorry, get rid of the background noise if there's kids listening. So. Fucking raining out there. We've got a flooding on. We've got something going on with our roof at the moment with a bit of a leak, bit of a test. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm just going to go and check the bowl in the bathroom. So we got another. Rest assured, I'll hop up when I'm able to. Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, I don't know how long I'm going for because the old fucking time differences and shit. I'm going to go as long as I can, and like I always try. But that's another conversation. I'm just going to go and check the leak. I'll be back. 2 seconds. Don't leave. I'm still here. I just want to check something. I'll be back in like 30 seconds. So we have no leak, which is good, considering how heavy the rain is. For us, anyway. It's not like tropical fucking shenanigans, but yeah. So that's good. I just love listening to rain falling outside. It's like, oh, it's so therapeutic. I love it. I love it because right next to my bedroom window, which is not this room, just sort of that way. You can hear the rain. At this time of year, I just fucking open the window. Bollocks, it's too hot. Even if it's cool, it's lively. You know, you sleep well, blah, blah, blah. It rains. Oh, and they've got conservatory roof. You can hear the rain. Come on. It's proper lovely sleep kind of therapy stuff. It's like listening to the waves crashing against the shore. That kind of deal. What do I get to? Even if it's another day, I'll definitely be hop up because I love being able to chat. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. No, it's just really. Thanks for joining in with even the comments is enough for me, mate. You know that. So I don't know what's you and I can't fucking remember his name. It's winding me up now. I was on his stream last night. Blake. Fucking hell. It's the beer. The B&A shows on Tuesday were lovely. Is it about 5 p.m. my time? It's just like for an hour and a bit. It's just like that's a nice little listen. Loads of people chiming in, and it's just really nice. And I've been a fan of yours for a long time, and you've gone the way you went, and it's gone really well for you. I'm really pleased for you. There seems to be a lot of American reaction channels popped up, and it's like you done it when you did, which is fine. But I think there's a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon with all that. So they're looking at, oh fucking hell, look at the views of that, and all and all that, the subs and blah 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 blah. But I mean, I've known you for since before that, and that's the reason I got into that realm of viewership. And then it links you to other people. I was like, no, not interested. Anyone can do it, but it's just because you done it, and I've known you before you done it. That's why I'm kind of interested. Yeah, and there's been another like beer tuber trying to do it since, and it's like just I think that the whole subject general thing now is done. I think it's to a point saturated. Perhaps I'm wrong. I don't know. What do we get to? So I've got a ton of rain on the way. Got a tropical depression coming through in the next day or so. Yeah, I mean, the weather you get in the States is just nothing like what we get. I mean, you get proper weather. We get it's like powder puff weather. I think it's just landmass. I think the bigger the landmass, the bigger the weather. I think it's the way it is. One more comment, and we'll get Rod J in here. Yeah, I think the folks are seeing it, seeing the views, and they are building as much of a community as I am trying to build. Yeah, I mean that I've seen that. I'm aware of it, and it's like it's a bandwagon thing. It's like just don't do it. You've been doing it for what, a year and a half? Is it 2 years? Do you know what time's like? I've no idea. But you got on it really early. As I say, it just seems to be a bit. It's like, oh fucking hell, not another one. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get my good friend here. We have a chat with someone.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's me.
What's going on?
How you doing? Thanks for joining.
Yeah, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right. I don't know if you've been watching a little while. I've been a bit kind of like, yeah, here and there. But,
Yeah.
it's really nice to have proper interaction and stuff. So, yeah. How you doing?
Doing all right. About to crack open a beer finally. So
Cool beans? Nice.
just got done eating dinner a little bit. But a happy Father's Day to you.
Oh yeah, see, I'm not even on that level where I'm like, oh, it's Happy Father's Day. I'm like,
I mean, it is Father's Day there now, right? It's Sunday, so it's already Sunday for you. So it's
it is, but I smile for my daughter and that kind of deal, and it's like birthdays to me. It's like it doesn't really,
Yeah.
I think it's just an age thing where you get to that point where you're like, nah. When you're young, it's like, come on, I'm going on the piss. I'm like, hey, come on. Father's Day, it's like, oh shit, I'm getting old. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just a boring bastard, I guess. I don't know what it is. I just
you just don't go for the BS. That's all.
Yeah, I just don't like the self kind of like, oh, it's you today. It's like, don't fuck off. If it's like, it's the same with birthdays. Someone else's birthday party, I'm all for it. Mine, I don't want one.
Yeah.
Not interested.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone else's, yeah, let's go and have a good fucking time.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm not big on making a big fuss about things.
Yeah, I just can't be asked. It's all a load of BS. But if people want that, then great. I appreciate that. But we'll do it on your birthday, not mine.
Yeah.
So what was that? So what you cracked open there?
First beer of the night.
There we go.
This is actually one from Hop Butcher. I actually just put the review up on that one.
Okay.
The Maximum MPH. So this is one of their double IPAs.
Wow, your camera is really sharp. It's better than mine.
That's another webcam. Like I got 3 different cameras here, so this is the last one I got, which is pretty decent.
Yeah.
It only cost. I think it was like.
They're all shit, aren't they? Yeah.
It wasn't that much. I think it was like $100 something or under on Amazon. It was, yeah, but it's just like a webcam, but it does 1080. But you can't get past 720 on here, I think, unless you buy you got the full blown up $25 thing, like the 20 a month. Or are you doing the pay thing for StreamYard?
I'm doing at the moment, yeah.
Okay. So that way you can go 1080 with that. That's why it looks better probably on here.
Not on my laptop. It's pretty shit, to be fair. I need a new setup. I will do eventually, but it's
you're coming through decent.
It's all right at the moment, but you lose bandwidth. The more people join, the bandwidth drops. It's kind of one of them deals.
Got you.
So I mean, 2 or 3 is fine. I mean, at the moment, I'm running at 720.
Yeah.
I
got that one.
Yeah.
And then I got this one here. I want to do like a wide scene. And then I have this one here if I wanted to do more of a different type scene. Although something's in the way with that one. No, this is in the way. Yeah, so.
What the hell is that?
That was part of the light. I have a light thing there.
No, that's good. The lighting's good.
Yeah, so if I cut that on, it just gives me more lighting in the back. So when I shoot reviews and stuff, I have more lighting usually.
Yeah. No, that's cool. It's cool to have a chat just for you and me rather than trying to talk over other people and all that. I mean, I love everyone that comes on, but it's like sometimes like fucking shut up.
Yeah.
And I tell them that as well. It's not a personal thing. It's just sometimes it's just it's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
So we've got one more from Alan. The musical's reaction was sorry. I've had a few beers, so trying to read comments.
I've been there.
I'm just gonna try. I'm just gonna put it on the fucking screen, and then you can read it for yourself because I've had a few beers, so it's there. Read it. So yeah. Right, it's coming off screen now because you read it. So, no, I'm sorry.
Give me enough time. Oh shoot! Is that a beer patrol sighting we have?
Not him again. I'm trying to get away from him. I'm joking. That's obviously a fucking joke. How you doing, Joe, mate?
Hope you're doing well, my friend.
I hope you're all right. Next Thursday, I know, is the day we chimed in yesterday. Yeah, I've been kind of up and down. Probably since after I spoke to you, I've had a bit of a fucking spell. That's why I don't like almost 2 hours, hour and a half, say, on my own, just waffling on about bollocks and stuff. So if you want to get depressed, watch that back. Yeah, I want all the views for depression. I'm joking. But yeah, no, don't even know what I'm talking about. I've had a few beers tonight, so just saying.
You got a few stacked back there.
Well, they're all empties. That's just like these are all the beers that I need to take the labels off. It's not. Oh, I've got loads of beers. No, they're all empty. But I did do like a 6 beer blind tasting earlier, not a part of an Instagram thing. I'm just finishing up the rest of them, which I knew what this one was. It's only a 3.5, but it's getting me hammered for some reason. Probably because I had about 7 beers before. So, yeah, one of them deals. But yeah, I hope you're all right, Joe. Yes, sir. Sorry. I'm trying to fucking read when you're pissed. It's a bit of a Sir, yes, we'll read it. Cheers to the Beer Patrol, which is good buddy Joe. You across the pond. You're far enough. Fucking right. So Erie, how are you doing? Hope you're keeping well.
Cheers, Erie.
Yeah, cheers for chiming in. I really appreciate it. It's really cool to see you. Yeah, a little bit merry at the moment and a bit random. So forgive me for that. We've got like 9 people watching. I really appreciate it. It's crazy. For me, that's like lovely. So, fucking Adam. I can't even fucking remember people's names. Joe's saying cheers to Alan, which is cool. And then vice versa. Yeah, go and get my rain coming off. Yeah, he's talking about the bad weather that Alan's going to get to our good buddy Joe. So, yeah, that's it. We're there. But we're going to keep that little love heart on the screen because, indeed.
Yeah, we had a bunch of storms here last night and this morning through the night. Right. Yeah,
I love thunderstorms. We had a real good storm for our standards at least.
Yeah,
I mean, for American folk, it's like cannon fodder. It's not like, it only lasted like an hour, half an hour, 3/4 of an hour max. But it was proper. Wow, that was a good storm for us.
Well, I was doing an interview with Thomas last night, and the TV starts beeping because they got like the emergency weather service. And so it's like towards almost the end of the interview. I was like, wait a second, what's going on here? So, storm stuff, and they're like, sirens start going off, and they're like that. I'm like, well, it looks like it's just a severe thunderstorm, but all my friends like around the area, they were all going to their basements for tornado warning. I'm sitting here doing an interview with Thomas. We're in a tornado warning.
Wow.
I'll tell you, I'm like Lieutenant Dan in Storm. So I'm like, well, if it hits, it hits. But
sounds fucking wild. Yeah, that's good though. It's just keep you on your toes.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
we had two tornadoes touch down yesterday around here, but they weren't near me. They were miles out, but we did have a couple tornadoes.
Have you where you are? Have you ever had like proper close? Like you've seen them, or
I have.
you had to get a shelter or something like that on that level.
No, the closest that we've actually had a tornado to where I'm at, we have a town called Pioneer in Kentucky, and it's about 15, 20 miles south of me, but they had a real bad one year. But where I'm at, we've never had them come close to us, which would really suck because we got trees and stuff behind our house. So if a tornado came, the house would probably be wrecked.
But even before where you lived, have you done any like research that hit your literal position or very close, or before you were there?
Nothing really that hit here in Cincinnati. The last time they really had one near downtown, I think, was early 2000s or so. But none of the places I've lived at really had too much. I used to live in Columbus, Ohio, as a kid for a period. They had tornadoes up there, but it's so flat and everything. But with us. The hills and stuff kind of help, I think, against tornadoes really coming in.
Yeah. Hills definitely help with the flat you are. Then you're in, you're out your arse basically sometimes.
Yeah.
No, that's cool, man. It's cool. I mean, I love big storms and stuff. We don't get the storms you get in certain parts, like Oklahoma, northeast Texas, that sort of.
Yeah.
We don't get them storms here, thank fuck. But I mean, if it always makes you wonder why people decide to still live there when every year they get fucking shit going on. It's like, just fucking move. I don't get it. It's just unless you've got a house that go down below the surface and the thing comes across the top, which costs loads of money. Why are you living there? I don't know if it's choice or you got no choice, blah blah blah, or I'm not going to let it defeat me and being stubborn, or I don't know what it is. I
think it's a little bit of all of that. I think some people do it because it's their home, but some people can't move because they don't have the money to move. That's just all.
No, exactly. I mean, I completely get that, but then it's like, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what it is, but one good thing, Rod, is no hurricanes in the landlocked state. Indeed.
Yeah, we do get remnants of the hurricane now. When Katrina, we got a good amount of rain.
Yeah, tropical storms.
Yeah,
remnants, I guess. Erie saying we're always get stupid hurricanes. Yeah. I mean, if you're like I don't know, the Carolinas, Texas, maybe like definitely Florida. Texas, certainly Florida Panhandle was like, if you're out there.
Well, they're bracing right now down in Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana right now for one coming through.
Yeah, Louisiana, Mississippi. Yeah. They're like the southern states, yeah. Even as far as the southern New Jersey, I guess. New Jersey,
once in a while, New Jersey will get one.
Yeah, even sometimes like fucking southern New York can get that like a few years ago. Which is unusual, but they're always going to get like a tropical storm from one of them things that hooks up. So.
Yeah, they say they're expecting 5 or 6 major ones this year, so we'll see.
It varied,
It's been pretty active. That's right now. People are having trouble with heat. That's the big thing. Out west is 120, 125 degrees in areas, and
Yeah.
Like they have warnings, like where Joe D is. Where Joe D is, they said don't even go out barefooted because you burn your feet from the cement.
Well, that's their own fault, isn't it? So don't go outside.
Don't go outside. You can burn your feet walking outside. That's pretty hot. I don't care if it's a dry heat or not.
Just wear some shoes. Wear some shoes. Just it's your fault, isn't it? It's just like I don't know if he has got. I didn't see his show pop up tonight. I don't know if he's.
Oh no, he didn't do it tonight. He's off tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's fair dues. But no, it's just like just don't fucking do it. I don't know. Just burn your feet. So you know it's hot out.
Yeah.
It's like
people are doing the
across coals. It's like, oh shit! I didn't know coals were hot.
Some people do it just to test it out to see if it's true. So,
yeah. Well, more for you, as they say. No comments. Okay. But yeah, this is. This I mean, I haven't got the actual beer can or label to show you because it was a part of a blind tasting. That's the actual can. It's number 5, 500ml. I reviewed it already before, and I knew it was either one or two breweries because of the size of the can. There's only 2 breweries I think that do 500ml cans. And as soon as it poured out of that, I know what that is, and I think I've got a few points. I don't know what the total tally was. I don't think I was bottom, but I got more points than the Eurovision Song Contest for Great Britain. I think. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
It's 2 a.m. here, so no, I don't think anyone's going to join. So you stuck with me.
You might have some people. You might have more Americans join since it's earlier here.
If they want the link, just notify me in the comments, and depending on who you are, you're getting in. So, yeah, all that sort of shit. So no, I'm joking, but yeah. So any good deals then you've had lately? What's your recent beer haul kind of just to piss people off? Come on,
just to piss them off. Now the last one I did was I guess it was last week or a week before, whatever I went last time. I did an unboxing on it, but yeah, I grabbed like a case of beer for like $12.99 of half IPAs and a half of like a Session Helles. But
nice.
Yeah. You know, deals are out there. I find them sometimes. I'm trying to go because I spend more money, not just if I go to a place and they got deals, I'm buying the deals. Or I'm also buying regular beer. I got too much beer in the house. I literally have too much beer in the house. It's hard to say sometimes, but it is really too much. Like I get confused on what beer to try when I go down to the basement. It's like, what do I want to try tonight?
Yeah, no, I've got a lot of beer at the moment. I'm actually getting through it, which is health-wise is not good, but I'm actually getting through it.
And I haven't even opened the bombers and stuff that I have yet. I got like bombers and 25-ounce bottles and some 50. I'm like,
I've got about
drink all this.
I've got about 8 to 10 sharing bottles, which takes up a lot of space, especially in the fridge, stuff like that. I've got a bottle share next Saturday to go to. And I said to him today, I said, do you want me to bring some bottles? Yeah. You don't have to. I was like, yes, I fucking do. I've got loads.
Could have bottles here. Tell everybody.
We're doing that at a pub. We're doing that at a pub as well, which is pretty weird. We've been given permission because we're regulars.
You can do a bottle share in a pub. They let you do that. That's pretty cool.
It's just because we're regulars, and
you guys are putting that in. You're like investors in the pub now.
We're going to buy some of their beers as well. So they're like, just, you're here.
You guys got like a little, like a room or something that you have it in and stuff?
No, it's in the
Out
bar.
in the main hall.
No, it's in the bar.
Okay.
So we're gonna like order a table because we've got like, at the moment we've still got the rule of 6 per table over here. So it's gone on freeze because of this new variant we've got over here. Yeah.
We have any room for our tables. Everybody's out now here pretty much.
No, everyone's. We've got this new variant.
The Delta. Yeah, we got that too.
Yeah, that's the main one that's really taken off. The
COVID cases we got now, they said the people in the hospital are the ones that haven't gotten the vaccine. So at this point, that's on you. That's Joe would say. That's on you.
Same here. The same here.
Anybody can get in here.
But most of the people in hospital over here are of a lower age group.
Mm-hmm.
It's lower age group that haven't had no vaccine, or it's the higher age group that refused to take the vaccine. It's like, well,
but that's different for the lower age group because a lot of the kids aren't being cleared on a lot of stuff. So, but if you're an adult and you're cleared, you can get it, then that's on you for not.
Everyone's open below 18 and above now to book a vaccine appointment. So that's where we are now. I'm double dosed now, so
yeah,
I've been for about 3 weeks, so I'm fully legit.
Yeah,
I'm lucky because being like a home carer and stuff like that puts me in that position where I've had it earlier than most folk my age. Got my first one like early March, and my second one late May. So that's not too far ahead of my age group, but I'm ahead. So that gives you confidence. So then you get these morons that don't fucking do nothing. It's, you can do this. All the flat earthers, fuck off, trolls. They're all that same group of people. Don't like vaccines. Earth is flat. I'm gonna troll you. They're all in that same group. They're just some fucking twats. It is what it is. Anyway, Alan's got to run. Cheers. Yeah.
Cheers,
take care. Thank you for chiming in. I always appreciate it. I love this one. Lee Russell, my good friend. Craig's just coughing and snorting on everything now. No sneeze, guard. Can't stop him. No, absolutely. No fucks given.
Good old Lee. What's up, Lee?
But you appreciate it. So, hope you're keeping well. If you want to join, tell me. I'll try to chat with you for a little while. But I don't know if you're working or whatever. I know Saturday nights can be a bit of a pig's ear for you. But cheers for chiming in as always.
Saturday. Dusty Rose.
Yeah, I'm not even going to bother trying to impersonate any wrestlers.
So you can pull it off.
Can't do it. Just going to be wrong. It's going to be awful. I'll let the pros do that shit.
But you don't know unless you try.
No, I know.
Little macho man. Oh, yeah.
I've tried to do it and I've listened to it back. It's like, it's all the wrong. It's all the no. It's awful.
Dig it.
No, I just can't do it. It's like people going in for Britain's Got Talent or whatever's got talent. It's like, oh, she can really sing. Have you listened to this? It's the early stages of that.
Yeah.
Me and Dusty Rhodes is like, it's just you. I wouldn't get through the qualifying rounds. It's one of them.
But you just did a good impersonation of Simon Cowell.
We are English. Yeah, that's as far as it goes. It's just, I've got no Botox going on. So
Lee said he could pop in for a few minutes.
Okay. Right, cool beans. Fucking hell. Be great to have a chat with you. Let me just copy this link. There you go, sir. Be cool to have you in for a little bit. I haven't spoken to you for ages.
I haven't spoken to Lee in a long time either.
No, I don't do the midweek kind of bullshit. So
yeah, well,
I mean, after beers they got shit anyway. So.
Usually during the week I'm doing a lot with the gaming channel unless I have uploads on the channel.
No, I just can't. I'm not that.
How come you didn't monetize your channel yet?
I'm very close. I keep getting these fucking stupid,
I thought you're over 1,000, right?
Yeah, but I'm not over the 4,000.
4,000 hours. Okay.
But I think that's going to hit in the next month. Apparently, they keep fucking telling me. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not interested in all that nonsense. It's all bullshit. You got the link, Lee? I've messaged you in the old messenger thing.
Check your messenger thing.
But yeah, I'm not interested. The thing is, though, the weird thing with that is they give you an option if you want to monetize. If you click no, then they override that and they still fucking put like advertisements on the beginning of your streams or videos, and it's like, even if you don't approve of it, which is I find is a bit fucking weird.
Yeah, YouTube did that last couple months, I think. They sent an email out to everybody, letting them know that even if you're not monetizing, they may start running ads on your channel. Now,
I don't get that shit. Oh,
yeah. Well, it's more money for them, more revenue for them. They don't got to pay small channels.
Yeah, I just find it
small ones.
I just find it weird.
That's capitalism from America.
I'd rather shut my channel down and fuck them. You know, I literally really would.
And James said Linky.
Am I sending the wrong fucking link out again to people? I think I am. Because I'm a dickhead. Let me go to.
You sent me the right link.
Yeah, that's the weird thing. More copy. Right. Let me send you this link. Is it the same? Well, that's the right link. Sorry. I don't know what's going on. It does this sometimes. Okay, so forget that first link. Go to the second link. That's the right link. There we go. It's fucking weird.
Yeah.
You have the right link. But no, I just can't be asked with. There we go. Fucking name that is. Sorry about that, mate.
The fuck was that shit? You sent me the wrong fucking hangout. Fucking hell, man.
Yeah, we got there in the end. So, anyway, cheers for joining. How you keeping?
Cheers, Lee.
Cheers, gentlemen. How you guys doing?
Doing well. Been a while since I actually got a chance to speak with you.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't do too much beer shit anymore, so.
Well, I haven't seen Nick and Red and all those guys for a while either.
It's probably boring though. The beer you get to that point. It's just boring.
Well, I've lost the beer nerd excitement as far as like, oh, new exciting beers from outside my country, when I'm like in a place now where we're actually pretty decent, even though we're isolated and it's really just, you know, a lot of local shit. It's local shit and it's new to me half the time. So I'm usually pretty content with what I get, you know, so.
Yeah. It's not about the beer. It's just the people
And I hate mostly everybody. So I mean, it really narrows down.
It's an honor to be your friend because
which is very, very. I understand that shit. So,
why'd you let a foreign person on
James,
this?
So, there you go.
It's a foreigners come to say hello. It's British, American, Welsh, Canadian, some shit, and then foreign.
How you doing, James? You all right, mate?
How's it going? Yeah, no, I just wanted to pop. I've only got like 10 minutes or something, but I wanted to pop in
All right, fuck
and
off
say hello.
Right, go.
you should bring your class on. Bring your class on to get peer reviews.
Oh, it's me. I had the class I just had. It was actually, I quite enjoyed it. I had a bunch of I think they were about 8 or 9. I had 3 Chinese kids, and I'm having to explain to them about the lessons about how music instruments work and they make the air vibrate and all this shit. And the kids, they speak really good English. Like these kids speak excellent English, but they're just too young to know that science. So I'm having to translate the stuff waveform, bo-xing. You're having to tell them the exact. You're having to use Google Translate and tell them the word. So you're yeah.
So have you taught them the history of brain free yet, or is that the next lesson?
Oh no, I like to teach them the word jobby. I like to teach the Chinese kids the word jobby.
Oh my God.
So for American and Canadian, jobby is the Scottish word that you teach a young child to say poo. It's so in Scotland the kids are I need a jobby. So I teach all the Chinese kids that I do this.
You teach them all the shit words. So, yeah.
Corrupting the youth. That is the best way to That's the best.
Paid for it.
It's trying to bring, and it's bringing Jobby will bring down the CCP.
Yeah, subversion is probably the greatest gift Western culture has to give everybody else.
Subversion by Jobby, yeah. But yeah. But we have to. It's quite funny. One of my students told me. I forgot about this because it's a bit. China obviously is different from Japan, but the company likes us to wear red shirts, and so apparently this is because red is very lucky in China. So the teachers have to wear the red polo shirt to when they teach the lesson. So yeah. And before, I didn't get my hooligan beer finished before the first lesson, so I'm just sipping away the last little bit of it before the next one, because it's weirdly it helps you with the Chinese tones. That you're
It's
Chinese,
funny that, isn't it? It's funny that.
Yeah, it helps you, loosens up the throat, definitely. Yeah. But it's quite fun. Well. It's quite fun teaching the Chinese kids. They're yeah. And you learn.
So what are you guys then? So what are you drinking? What are you supping on?
This is Hop Hooligans, brewery from Romania.
Jesus.
It's a triple black IPA, which you don't come across all that often. That was why I got it. So a Romanian black triple IPA. Yeah.
I've never.
Is that really why you got it?
It was actually, but the name's just a bonus.
You put it in a nice big glass too.
Yeah. It's a foreign beer drunk by a Scottish twat in Sweden who can speak foreign. He doesn't respect British values.
Jesus.
Not like Duvel. Yeah, that British beer Duvel.
Duvel, I was drinking them in the 70s when I was 12. Oh dear, Rod! I still remember that stream where he was trying to say that you muted me.
Oh,
What a fucking cunt that guy is. Holy
Yeah.
fuck.
So
That was
yeah,
one of the classic moments. Yeah.
because it was like I felt
it was
bad
pretty
because
good,
I was
must admit.
I felt bad because
I
that
did-
was the thing.
I did.
Harry, yeah. I loved that because Harry, because he was going on about, oh, he's not big enough to come on a stream with me and stuff, and then Harry's like, he's on Rod's stream. I was like, oh fuck, I need to go in there. So I was like, Rod, let me in.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
Rod,
tried
Rod
to-
didn't have a clue what was going on. It's like
He tried to say I
Rod-
set
Rod
him
had
up
no
on that.
hindsight.
He was like telling people I set him up. I didn't set. I was like, I called him out on it. He didn't say anything else to me after that. I was like, I didn't set you up for shit. You were on there with him. If you don't answer him, you don't answer him. I got nothing to do with that. I'm like, in fact, I had people telling me not to
I can't
bring you on.
I
but
can't
gave you
hear
the benefit of the
I
doubt.
can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Can't hear you.
I can't hear you. Can't hear
Yeah, so
you.
Rod, I'm sorry I
Apparently, you got
destroyed.
that Scott had a video about him now.
Oh yeah.
I've not seen that.
No.
He's got another YouTube channel now, eh?
I think he started
Um,
another one. It probably didn't.
He started
yeah.
something. He started something called News of the World, and it's connected to his Patreon. He's rebranding himself as something else, apparently.
Well, I heard through the
yeah.
rumor mill.
I
I
mean,
heard through the
it's
rumor
definitely-
mill that he's made his. Oh, sorry, Craig.
I need to send me the link, and I need to not subscribe. But
Troll. Yeah. But I heard through the grapevine that he's just made all these videos private. And that I've heard that he's made all these videos private, and to get access to them you have to pay the Patreon thing.
Ugh.
I've heard someone was telling me that, one of his old subscribers. But yeah, it was hilarious. He was threatening me with all this stuff. Oh, I'm going to come to your house. I know your address in Scotland and so on. And I was just like, I was almost like, oh man, go ahead. I would, because my mother is a social worker and she helps all the rapists and the murderers and stuff. If he turned up at our door, Jesus, the guy she'd just be one hit and he'd be away out the garden. It's just like my mother would destroy him before I even had the chance. You didn't mess with Kay. You don't mess with Kay. Kay will boot your hole. But
Well, considering he looks like he should be running away from the Headless Horseman or some shit like that, you know, Ichabod Crane, motherfucker, if I ever saw one. But you know,
yeah. Oh man, he's that whole instant is just quite funny, to be honest. But it's I don't know what we can say. He was threatening me with legal action as well, and he's like, I've got a very good solicitor, and I was like, oh, okay, so is your solicitor qualified in Scotland? He had no idea Scotland has like a separate legal system, so he would have to go to Edinburgh and hire a Scottish lawyer to represent him to do anything to me. And I was just like, this is just how dumb this guy is. It's just like,
yeah, and you don't know how he'd feel about hiring a foreign lawyer. So you know,
this lawyer's foreign. He doesn't speak the Queen's English, innit? And you can't get to Scotland on a ferry. You have to drive there. It's not worth it. Oh dear.
Jesus Christ. What you drinking, Lee? I didn't get to that bit.
This is a spring seasonal from Garrison here in Nova Scotia. This is their Tesoro Italian Pilsner, or I guess they should write Italian style Pilsner. But Tesoro is treasure in Italian, I guess. So
Tesoro. It sounds very familiar. But yeah.
Oh. Well, Lee, I didn't realize you were in.
That's good.
I didn't realize you were in Nova Scotia, which one
New
of my
Scotland.
no, a friend. Sorry to kind of interrupt, but I was just like, I used to work with two of my colleagues were from Cape Breton.
Mm-hmm.
Two of my old colleagues are from Cape Breton, which is the north, I think.
Yeah, it's the little island. The northern part of Nova Scotia is a little island, like connected by. I think it's connected by a causeway, if I recall correctly. But yeah.
Yeah. No, I'd like to go out there. I mean, I think next time I go to Canada, my grandpa trained for the war in Medicine Hat and Calgary. He was there, so I think that's probably where I'd go. But I'd like to do like Ontario and the Maritimes and stuff too. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Go fall or spring. Best temperature times. Our summers do get pretty fucking hot. So
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, we need to do some out and about videos when that happens. We need to do some out and about things. That would be quite cool. And then I need to. Well, I'm hoping. Oh, sorry. You go, Craig.
No, you I don't know what the situation is in Sweden, but it seems to be in the UK. If you've been doubly vaccinated, you can go abroad. I think that's what's coming out soon.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
I don't know.
I'm due my
what
first
it
one
is in
soon.
Sweden.
Yeah.
So you really had your first one, so
Yeah.
I think you could be
Sweden-
SOL for a little while.
Sweden doesn't give a fuck. I mean, it's honestly, they haven't done anything. You know, I can actually travel freely between the UK and Sweden if I want to. I think the UK would make me isolate, but the last time I did that in Scotland, they never checked. So I could have I could have done whatever I wanted. They never called me or anything. Like, where are you?
I think it's changed since then. I think if you're doubly vaccinated, then I think that's what's going to happen. You get this on your stamp or whatever the fuck it is, and you can come through isolated.
Yeah,
So,
but I'm hoping that my US.
There's whole political bullshit going on with that. So
I'm hoping that I can get to Japan and see the little guy later in the year, and then I think next summer, my US trip, because I've still got the flight, I'll just rearrange it, and I might do it a bit longer. So then, I can do New England like I planned. I can go to Texas. So maybe I can do a couple of days in Chicago and come and visit you, Rod, or something. We can do that or whatever. And I don't know, maybe Lee, maybe you could come and meet my friend and I in Portland in Maine. I don't know how far that is for you, but that would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be a flight.
That would be.
Texas, Texas is changing. I don't know if you still want to go to Texas.
That's not with That's not with
They want to secede, and some of us are for them seceding. Let them go. They can even control their own power grid down there.
Well, I mean, this was America. Yeah, guys, I'm really sorry. I've got another class just about to start. I just wanted to come in and say hello, so I need to bugger off.
Yeah.
See you guys later.
Yeah.
Cheers. Bye. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah, didn't Texas? It's like okay, at the winter time. Oh, the power grid wasn't designed to work like this in the winter or whatever. It works much better during the summer, and then the summer comes along. It's like rolling blackouts everywhere. What the fuck?
Yeah, people are buying generators and all kind of stuff now because they're afraid it's going to go out again.
Mm-hmm.
Texas is such a joke with that gun. Plus, now everybody can carry a gun, even if they were stopped previously from buying a gun. Now they're eligible to buy a gun. So,
that's
nothing could ever happen out of that, right? Yeah.
I mean, didn't they learn? Didn't they learn at the Alamo that they just shouldn't fuck around?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, sooner or later, the saloons will pop up again.
It's just stupid, dumb shit. What can you do?
People get in arguments, and people got in arguments, and they go get their gun, and it's like, this can't get any worse, can it? Great idea. Great idea. Everybody's like, why are students freeze up? Why are we guns in
It's just dumb asses. It's like, you stupid people. Just fuck off then. Do it.
I mean, all these people who got sort of the American folk mythology thing about like the Old West and how things were done in the good old days. And it's like even back in the Old West, things weren't necessarily done like you think they were in the fucking John Wayne movies, motherfucker. It's like
but times have changed, but then the laws haven't. That's what fucks me off. It's like you fucking living like in the past. Right?
Oh yeah, I mean, states' rights. Let's keep certain laws in the books in certain states. It's like it should still be okay to kill
Yeah,
people
but
you don't
it's a-
like
it's
who
a-
look different than you. In these certain
It's
It's a money.
circumstances.
It's a money. It's a money. It's too much. It's like a money law. It's just that's what it all is.
But they have some. I mean, they have some laws. They
Fuck
just
everyone else who gets dies from it. It's like, but then you look at it logically and think, well, you're not fucking Wild West now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's changed a bit since then. But perhaps I'm just an Englishman speaking out of turn. I just look at things logically.
Well, I mean, they changed some laws, but there's some states where you can still rape your wife.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say anything about it.
Wow, that's just like crazy shit. That's just crazy shit.
Yeah. But I mean, so there's some weird laws that some people have on books. They don't enforce some of them, but they're just weird. Like, why don't you just cancel it out? Just get rid of it.
Yeah, I just don't. But then,
Because nobody does some crazy shit, they're gonna be like, "Well, there's a law saying I'm protected because you never got rid of it."
why is that? Why is like you can still rape your white woman or whatever you want to call it?
Some states still
lady.
some states still control women. That's the whole thing around being
But how does
the
the country? How does the? It doesn't matter about state. I think that's part of the problem in the States. There's too many state rules. That's the problem.
50 states, they all have their own little, but that's part of the Constitution, though. 10th Amendment guarantees the states to be able to do this stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's what further amendments are for, though, to fix those problems.
But then,
theoretically,
sure,
our people don't talk anymore.
Yeah, but how does the country as a whole stand? How does the country as a whole stand comfortably with that?
I mean, people go to the states they're in. I mean, there's
people ignore it, right? It's like it works for
usually it doesn't really affect them. They don't usually get involved as much.
Yeah, like it's just like coronavirus. It's like you don't. A lot of people are so fucking selfish. It's like as long as it's not affecting them, they don't give a fuck.
I mean, the whole thing last year with George Floyd, people seem surprised by it, but that's
the
thing is, for years.
And the people who are getting affected by these laws, a lot of the times, like society, like in states where some of these oppressive laws and shit are still on the books and are still enforced in some fashion or another. It's an institutionalized thing.
Right.
It's both socially and politically institutionalized. So it's just the way things are. Like that's just what happens in your community. The wife doesn't speak up against the husband, and that's the accepted norm.
For me, what drives a wedge between all of that is you've got these different kind of state laws, blah 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 blah. But then when you go on to the international stage, patriotic level, everyone's all together.
Well, that's why everybody says the UN is so hypocritical.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, but it's not. Yeah, but
I mean, it's like this week, like Biden.
You know what I'm saying?
Biden met with Putin and was talking to Putin about them human rights, and Putin, and just like they can say, well, America, where's your human rights? All the stuff that happens in your country that you don't ever address or you ever handle.
No,
you have marginalized people being hurt all the time. So,
fair point. It's a fair point within state-to-state boundaries. It's like so inconsistent. I get that. Yeah. But when it comes to foreign policy with America, it's like USA. It's like, well, sort your own shit out within your states, and then you can do all that shit. That's the way I see it from someone outside the bubble. If that makes sense.
I mean that would work much more better if the people in power actually gave a shit about the common person, and what they only give a shit to the point where they're going to get votes again. That's all they give a shit about, and they can push social agendas and law and stuff. They can push it back, and they can keep delaying it. I mean,
but there's never going to be a fundamental change until that happens, though. That's the thing. It's just never going to change.
Well, that's the thing.
And I think
it's
and within the states, it's like this individual state rule. Until you do away with that, and just have a whole kind of like country rule. Then that's
Well, the
never
main
going to
thing
change.
is in the States is that people are at a level here where everybody's distracted by everything else that they don't have time to deal with a lot of it. So everybody's worried about their own bubble. That's why it doesn't work. It's not like in Canada or the UK and other countries where it's kind of like, hey, we're here for the common good of everybody. Here, everybody's for the common good of themselves for the most part.
Well, I mean, we have the same problems in Canada. It's not to the same degree as the U.S., but
Right.
I mean,
Well,
Well, you're in the apartment above the meth lab, so of course you're going to have.
Yeah, but you've got your provinces. Yeah, in Canada, it's provinces, isn't it? So
yes, provinces, provinces and territories. But I mean, Canada is really good at putting on a much more friendly image than the U.S. is with the rest of the world. We've got a little bit more. I don't know. We've got a little bit more slack from other countries, I guess. A little bit more safe space, I guess, to work in. But I mean, we've got as many problems, honestly, deep down as the U.S. does. It's just not as evident because we're not we're not a superpower. We're not pushing our influence on a global scale like the U.S. is. So people don't pay attention to us as much, right?
Yeah, I get that, but it's all.
But
bullshit.
I mean, there's plenty of fucking racism. There's plenty of conservative versus liberal.
Same as here.
Plenty of religious bullshit. Plenty of fucking exploitation and just outright genocidal policies against like Native Canadians and stuff like that. Like all the same shit is there.
Yeah.
It's just buried a little bit better, and maybe it's not quite as bad as in some places in the U.S. But I mean, it's still deep down, it's still just as awful. All the shit's just as fucking awful. Like any fucking degree of some of those things, like the systematic racism and bigotry and shit like that. I don't care if the U.S. did it a little bit more than Canada or something like that. It's at the end of the day, it's still bad, and we still need to answer for it.
Yeah, whatever level it is, it's still bad. It doesn't matter where it is, it's wrong.
Mm.
I think in the U.S., not every place in the U.S. is that bad either. Too, I think sometimes the way it gets shown around the world, depending where you're at, it makes it seem like everywhere's like this danger zone or whatever. And it's not. So
yeah.
I mean, the big thing. Sorry, go.
I was just going to say the U.S. and Canada are both like really big fucking countries with a lot of different regions and a lot of different cultures within those regions even. So it's like it's weird comparing that to like a country like say Britain, which is maybe 2 or 3 times larger than Nova Scotia, but really not that big, in land mass compared to like the rest of Canada, which is like the second biggest country in the world, So
yeah, I mean over here it's there's a big thing. It's still ongoing from the George Floyd thing, like the Black Lives Matter things. It's like professional soccer players or football.
Yeah,
players,
like in a Euro, some of the players take the knee.
They take the knee and all that, and all Premier League games, domestic football games, they generally take the knee just before kick-off, just like for 20 seconds, 10 seconds, or whatever it is, which is good. It's starting to wear a thin, but then there's also a lot of social media abuse to players over here. That still goes on.
That's the problem with social media and how connected
they
we
don't
are
clamp
on the
down
internet.
on it. I mean, they don't clamp down on it.
Well, it's. I mean, anyone who's even any fucking bigot out there who's even just like base level savvy and using the fucking internet, they can just keep coming back over and over again and starting social media campaigns
loads of accounts and blah blah blah. It's a bit like trolls on YouTube kind of deal. set up another account, delete that one. It's just the IP address you need to get, and then fucking hammer them. That's what you need.
And even then, there's ways around that. Like
I'm sure there is. I'm not that technically minded, but I'm sure.
Well, I mean, I know of like toxic like YouTubers and stuff who got permabanned from YouTube. You know, where their IPs are banned and everything like that. And all they have to do is like if they have a friend on YouTube who can host a channel for them and give them the password and stuff to go in, they're right back in.
Yeah,
it's bullshit, isn't it? It's just from another location, but not where they do anything.
And YouTube is notoriously bad for clamping down on shit that actually should be clamped down on, and you know, like abuse
the whole thing. Yeah,
and abusing people that they shouldn't be abusing. You know, like letting copyright holders like abuse people who just maybe want to use a sample of music or whatever, you know.
Yeah. That's just the fucking nonsense. That all that shit. Do you see how many views I get per month? Are you not worried about copyright? Fuck off.
Yeah.
It's one of those
I mean, I got to the point where I just like where now their YouTube is pushing much more to be like a family friendly thing. Where it's if you mark you know how you have to like basically say whether your video is good for adults or kids. If you tell them that it's not good for kids, that means you're not going to show up in the algorithm and get as many hits and views and stuff like that. Yeah, so it's like
exactly. It's like what my daughter watches. She loves like videos of fucking Minecraft and all that shit. These wankers have got like fucking 10, 15 million followers.
Yeah,
it's like that's what it's all geared up to now. It's for children and family based shit and all this bollocks. It's like,
and I mean there is a disparity too, right? Because you look at like the YouTube users who are like the big dogs, like your PewDiePies and shit like that, right? They can get away with stuff that you and I cannot get away with on YouTube. Like we're just crushed immediately when we try to do some of the same things.
The amount of people, the amount of revenue they bring into the company, then do what the fuck you like.
Yeah. So, like I demonetized my channel a few months back because it was just like I was looking at my AdSense and like I didn't give a fuck about making money in the first place because I never like legit really made money on YouTube. Like the few checks I got don't amount to the amount of time I put into buying beer and reviewing beer on YouTube. Like not a fucking even little dent in what I spend on beer. So, but it just got to the point where it was a hassle where it's like. I don't want to go through their fucking content checks anymore or anything, right? I'll just put my video on there. If it gets a copyright strike, that's fine. I'll say this. Usually most copyright strikes, like if they find like copyrighted music on your video or some shit like that, they usually just like they monetize it for whatever company owns it. Right?
Usually.
Yeah. But I mean, the abuse of some of that system where so you have like a song from like like for instance where I put my podcast on YouTube and I usually use music from like the movie that I'm reviewing or whatever. Sometimes you'll have like some hip hop artist from 2010 samples a couple beats or something from the score of this film.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't get a copyright strike from the owners of the music for the score of the film. I get a copyright strike from this fucking hip hop artist that sampled like 3 seconds of that score. And they're getting money for that. What?
Yeah. I've had that happen before. I was like,
I mean,
wasn't even from the main thing I was using it. Yeah.
I mean, another thing I remember Matt saying that he didn't monetize his whole channel, but he got to the point where YouTube forced that on him and his channel, and he was still getting adverts, even though he didn't.
Yeah. And everybody gets that basically. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that, and That was like, wow, that's a real that's like against what you actually want for your own channel. It's like, fucking really? They overrule that?
They want the money off of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they have their suggested music that you can substitute if you have like copyright music on your fucking video. Even then, there's been instances of getting a strike on that music that's supposed to be safe for YouTube.
From YouTube library, you got a strike. Yeah.
So I mean, that's how broken YouTube actually is. Like, it's crazy. But
yeah. I've had some claims come up for mainly when I do like I started another channel which was Hip Hop Chronicles and reaction videos, and I'll get some claims there. But I had one come up from one of the studios, and I went back and told them I was doing that, and they cleared it and everything. But it was like, I wasn't even trying to make money off it. I was just doing a reaction to it because it was suggested for someone to do a reaction video. And but you have some of those. But some videos you'll have different things. Like if you're doing like a piece and you're talking about different things, and I'm sharing different videos from different aspects, you might have like 5 or 6 different claims show up on your video, and it's like hassling and dealing with all of that. Yeah,
and it is a super hassle, like to go through the process to get that shit cleared too.
Well, always you do one at a time. Like, you can't do another one because this one's processing. Come back tomorrow and do that one, and tomorrow after that, and tomorrow. and that's a real problem for creators who are actually making money off YouTube. If they're using clips under like fair use, where they're they're criticizing something or they're commenting on something. So okay, you put your video up day one, you get a strike. You got to go through the claims, try to get the strike off so you can keep your video monetized. By the time they get back to you, you've already gone past the sort of sweet spot where people are going to watch your video because it pops up in the algorithm. And now it's a video that's like a week old and no one gives a shit anymore. Yeah. No one's watching anymore. So yeah, it's just they just hamstring you. Like there's no way you can get ahead. Yeah.
So. Unless you're like Will Smith and you start a YouTube channel, then you can.
Or Jack Black.
Yeah, Jack Black. Yeah. I do love Jack Black's fucking channel though. It's I was actually watching that tonight. I was catching up on some of his videos. So
yeah. But for like small YouTubers, they've kind of made it not as much fun for I think a lot of them starting out and stuff. I see some good people with good content that end up stop doing stuff because I think they got discouraged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, they never got, like, very few of them ever got the support from YouTube, even though they helped build YouTube to what it was. It's just a case of that. Like YouTube is like every other like video sort of social media platform out there. They want to be the new TV.
Yeah.
So that means drawing commercial content, drawing advertisers, and that means cutting out normal people like you and me. That's all there is to it.
It's got so big it's been polluted from what it was.
Yeah.
To a degree. It's not what it was originally set up for.
Before you come back to America is capitalism. That's what happens.
It's like anything. If it gets too big, the rules change and it's corporate and this and that. You can't do that. There's so many rules.
Yeah.
But when you go back 10 years ago, it was the time to get into it,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like everything else in fucking life. We're all this and that, and then it's like fucking Brewdog and all that. Same kind. We for the people and fuck off. Do one,
Yeah.
It's that principle.
I get the impression Brewdog's all just more marketing now than anything else. Like,
it's just it's all fucking like headline news. As soon as you can't say that, but then it's free publicity because it made it to the headlines. Probably a bit like fucking Stone States. It's that same kind of bullshit.
Yeah, we have a little craft brewery here in Nova Scotia called Unfiltered Brew that kind of do the same tactics. I've never had one of their beers, so I don't know if their shit is actually any good at all. Like, at least the thing you can say about Stone, at least they tend to back up their bullshit with pretty decent fucking beer to great fucking beer most of the time. And I don't know how BrewDog has gone. Like I heard they used to be super fucking good when they started.
Yeah,
well, they were awesome. That was one of the OG kind of breweries in the UK. You know, for what we're drinking now. But they're currently going through a lot of work practice.
Oh, really? They got a little bit of
Craig's being polite as usual. Yeah,
little bit of a founders situation going on. Is that what you're saying?
They're getting their asses handed to them in the States right
now.
now.
I don't know if it's on the founders level, but
no, not the racism, but more the sexism. Different ism.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Different ism. They're certainly going through some shenanigans at the moment. So,
yeah.
The funny thing with the BrewDog thing is, right, so I don't know how much you know, Lee, but they had like 61 former employees sign off about how bad it was working for BrewDog. And so James Wash tried to reply online about, it wasn't like that or whatever. So he calls a meeting the next day and kind of pretty much forces employees there to sign off saying it isn't that bad. So you're going to basically tell them they're not coerced by coercing them? Is that what you're is that back?
See, I don't know the whole. I've not read the whole statement, so I can't really.
I mean, it's not 1950 anymore. You can't get away with that shit. It's social media. Someone's gonna fucking talk about it. Like,
I mean, especially at the internet age we're in, and a lot of it's come through Twitter. That seems to be the general source of a lot of the allegations, and I don't even know the whole story. So just putting that out there for my channel and stuff. But I'm not. But there's also a lot of other breweries I've heard that are involved in all this sort of stuff, and I think it's been the same with some breweries around about the same time and blah blah.
The beer industry isn't by itself versus other industries. A lot of industries are doing these kind of practices.
This is the thing. It's not just a brewery thing. It's a work global thing. Whatever industry you're in, you're going to have the same shit going on in every single fucking industry. It's not just as I said, it's not a brewing thing. It's the whole board of the working environment globally.
What a weird concept that workers want to be treated equally with all other workers and they want to be paid what they're worth. It's fucking crazy. Then they don't want to be harassed and treated like shit when they're the place to go to work.
Somebody
crazy.
Somebody should make a slogan: "Workers Unite." I don't know.
Yeah, fucking.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe workers should come together and form some sort of like conglomerate, some sort of like union?
Yeah,
union. Yeah, fuck.
Union might.
Jesus.
I just don't. But it's just. But across kind of working platform union, not just one individual kind of like I don't know retail.
Well, when they started out, they basically
everything. Yeah, but
they had unions for different groups.
Have a cross-platform union.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. It just the trouble is all these people are massive corporate companies, massive power,
massive greed.
I don't know. Greed.
I mean, you just gotta look at like the stuff that leaks out of like Amazon and shit, right? Where like, like right from the top, Jeff Bezos, talking about how it got leaked that from people who were like organizing Amazon in the early days, how their policies were directed towards basically just crushing workers and crushing any sense of like trying to fight for yourself. Any dissent. Like it was all structured around just forcing you to break your back for the company and eat shit and like it. And
it's almost like a Russia / China company, as you like.
But here it's like Walmart to the next level.
Yeah, like Amazon is like, it sounds like way fucking worse than Walmart. Like Walmart's got it's like cult like problems.
Yeah, but Walmart's got a union, isn't it? I don't know if Amazon's got a union. Probably, I'd be shocked if they had. But.
I don't think they do.
Oh, I don't think they do. I think, in fact,
they
tried to get a
think
union started in the southern states and got forced out. The employees got forced out.
For the size of the company, though, you like, why haven't they got a union? A company
because they're too powerful.
Don't want unions here. Yeah,
they're too powerful. Like Bezos he hasn't paid income tax in like how long?
Yeah, and see, in the states here, we have the work for right states or work to right states, and they can fire you for any reason whatsoever. So even a murmur of a union, and you're out.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, they scare the rest of the employees too, right? Like they say, if anyone that you work with starts talking about a fucking union, you point them out to us, or we're coming after you too.
Yeah.
So like they scare people into submission. That's how companies like Amazon work.
But I mean, in fair play to these countries in like Russia or China or whatever, they point these things out when they start going on to them. It's like, well, look, your fucking shit.
Yeah,
you can understand it.
Yeah,
it's a great deflection.
Well, that's kind of why the states don't point out sweatshop factories anymore, because we have them here.
Yeah.
well, I mean, I mean, they're so interconnected with them, right? Like,
the leaders of the Western world, you can't start fucking piping up about these guys when you've got this shit going on your doorstep.
Oh, it's been happening for ages, though. It's been happening for ages.
Yeah, but you can't go after these countries. The principles of.
When you hold all the cards, you can go after anybody you want. Is what the whole thing has been.
Yeah, but
it's a powerful country. We can say stuff to a lot of people.
Yeah, but you can't. Doesn't matter if you haven't got your big companies in the Western world abiding by what you're preaching about to other parts of the world, then shut the fuck up. That's just the way I see it.
I mean that's the ideal world. The problem is in the real world, fair play and morals don't actually play into shit like that.
It doesn't. So. But they're always going to.
I mean, we literally have cases of law like when companies have been tried and the question came down to, well, yeah, it might have been immoral, but is it illegal? So
when you write exactly when you write the laws to help yourself be a piece of shit, you're going to be a piece of shit, and like it's never gonna come from the top level down fixing these things. It always has to be the people and the workers rising up to make the changes, and they make it harder and harder for the workers to make the changes every year.
Yeah, and if you ever want to see interesting series and stuff, like the History Channel has the Titans that built America or the machines that look at how some of these people were. J.P. Morgan, Carnegie. It's like you don't fight straight; you fight as dirty as you can to win your point, and they screwed a lot of people.
I get all that, but sometimes it's like, well, this shit works both ways, and when it's pointed out, it's like, well, you fucking lost your argument there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, whatever. It doesn't. All this shit doesn't affect us to a degree. So.
That's because you're our buddies. You're our buddies over there, Craig. So we give you your cut. You get your money envelope.
Yeah. I mean, if it worked the ideal way, it'd be like someone.
I'm not a shareholder. I'm not an MP. I'm not a shareholder. I've got no vested interest, so it doesn't affect me. I think that's where it all is. It's like a vested interest. People in power on boards of fucking companies should never be allowed. And that's where the fucking problem is. So.
But see, the power companies they want the boards are made by the people that have the power. That's how you
exactly. Which is it's a fucking farce. But you know what? You never get a referendum of people like if you're in power. If you want to be an MP, be an MP. You never get a law where you can only be an MP only. Never fucking happened.
When you think about this, like all the country, like we deal with the homeless problem here, right? So Salt Lake City was a model of how they handled it. They actually ended up building these little homes for the homeless people to get them off the street, actually saved them money. People say, well, here's a model. This actually works. You can do this. Get them off, get them more productive and back into society. No other states follow along with it. They just were like, well, good for Salt Lake, but we don't want to do that. But literally, we can save you money and make you a better city, and people still don't go along with it.
It's just, you're never going to get people. Principles seems to be lacking in so many democracies in the Western world.
Yeah.
It's just like
some of our Congress people couldn't even stop.
But they moan about oppression. But they moan about oppression in other countries. Like, sort your shit out first before you open your fucking gob. That's the way.
I mean, have you seen how stupid some of the people are? Like, when like one of their senators and stuff like that, governors and shit. Like, there's a guy, I can't remember where the fuck he's from.
Cheers, Wayne, by the way. Yeah.
I think he's from Texas. Gomer or
that's Louis Gomer. Yeah.
Yeah. I
call Gomer Pyle, but yeah.
This like, it just shows you how like corrupt and stupid government is when you see a fucktard like this who fucking he's on a chat with like the national like forestry representatives or something like that about like problems in the state and shit. Mm-hmm. And he's asking these experts if there's a way that we can change the orbit of the moon to solve global warming. He's asking. No.
It's just.
Keep in mind, he's asking.
He's got to be a flat earther for a start.
He's just dumb as fuck. He probably fucks donkeys on the side when no one's looking.
Same thing.
Like
it's the same thing.
Keep in mind, he's asking the forestry people, the national forestry people, if they have a way to change the orbit of the fucking moon, because he thinks somewhere in the back of his stupid little pea brain that changing the orbit of the moon is going to solve global warming. And then his follow-up question is about, can they fix some of like the damaged culverts in some of their national forests?
Yeah.
Like how is like the fact that came out and that guy is not drug out in the street and beaten to an inch of his life and sent off on a ship somewhere with a fucking clown costume on tells you how corrupt and hopeless the whole process is. Like
he's probably an anti-vaxxer as well. So there you go.
He is anti whatever gets him votes is what he is.
Yeah.
That's just one of the outlandish things you hear people say. I mean, you look at Marjorie Taylor Greene, and she was saying that she thought it was Jewish lasers from space that were setting California on fire. And people were like, what? Like, you have people through Congress that are just like, how did you even get elected? You know,
it's almost like they went to a trailer park and found a bunch of people with tinfoil hats. It's like, you want to run for Congress?
Yeah. And then you have our other Georgia congressman who says, what happened on January 6th was no more than tourists coming to the Capitol if you would have been. Yet, here's a picture of him trying to stack up furniture so they can't get in. I've never had to prepare against tourists kind of coming in ransacking anything. So
yes, no, those tourists planning on breaking into people's offices and killing them or holding them hostage. Yeah, that was nothing.
But it's like, but you have it, like people do these things, and it's just like, like we have all the footage, we have the recorders, we have your tweet, like. Some of these people tweet stuff, they try to delete it. Like, do you not know how Twitter works by now? Once it's out there, people are grabbing it. You're a public figure.
That was
stupidity.
That was last week on CNN. We got a news story this week on CNN. So who gives a shit, right?
It's got to be true. It's got to be true.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's kind of like today, Joe Biden just made Juneteenth a national holiday, which is fine, but we have like states that are like, you can't teach about what happened around slavery. So next year when the kids say, why are we out of school for this holiday? You can't tell them about what the holiday's about. That's just how it works.
I'm off school. I'm off school, so that's the way I.
Yeah, no. I mean,
that's the way kids gonna think.
It just seems doubly.
In Texas, the textbooks say the slaves were migrant workers anyway, not slaves. But
yeah, exactly. I mean,
it's the same thing. It's the same shit.
It's just doubly on point and doubly offensive to like basically whitewash, quote unquote, fucking slavery to that degree. It's you sticking your head in the sand. It's not addressing the actual problems. It's just bullshit.
Yeah,
we have some of even though Puerto Rico is part of the U.S. They think
and that's the way it is. It's like, why have you got an issue about teaching kids what's really happened? Because you're in denial, basically. And that's what it's all.
And I'm not going to say it's. I mean, a lot of it because recently it's been more Republican, but there's been stuff in the past where Democrats have said stupid shit too. It's just who's the hot one right now that's saying the stupid stuff out there. So
yeah, Wayden's beer delivery there's got a good comment. A few years ago, there was a congressman who said he was worried that the island of Guam was going to tip over.
Yeah.
Like,
you can't make this shit up. Like, how did you win your election?
Yeah, do you know what islands are? They don't float, dude. Those are just like old mountain peaks, like that. You fucked hard. Like, let's dump you in a fucking ocean and see if you float, bitch. Like, Jesus Christ. Fuck.
Oh, it's just like, I mean, sometimes you sit there and you watch TV here in the States and you're just like, I don't even know what's going on anymore. It's just like, I swear every year there's more people that get dumber and dumber, it seems. And you look at our education level against other countries, we seem to be dropping more and more. So,
well, I mean, on your TV, there's no demarcation anymore between what's news and what's reality TV and what's fiction. Like it's
TV.
all.
Miscellaneous was asking for the link too, Craig. By the way.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we got rid of the whole Truth Act type, whatever type of things. It's like with the whole thing, if a politician gets something, they're allowed to get a response from their partner. We got the whole Truth and Fairness Act we got rid of. And then the news stations, like most of them are most opinion at a point. So, and there's like, people go on there and they think everybody's talking straight news when it's like, no, that's just an opinion on someone. Like Hannity is not straight news. That's an opinion on stuff. When Matthews was on, Matthew was just an opinion on stuff around the news. And it wasn't the straight fact. Like you watch Lester Holt, 6:30 or whatever. Yeah, Lester Holt's going to just tell you right what the news is. If you watch Jeff Smith, he's going to tell you what the news is, whatever. But these other people are giving opinions around the news. So you have to watch both channels or both different sides to try to get a vision if you want to try to figure it out.
Yeah, editorials are not news.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Well, I got to jump off there, gentlemen, but it was fun.
It was awesome, homie.
That's really good. Thanks for
again.
It's really good for joining. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Cheers, guys. Have a good night,
buddy.
Take care, mate. Speak to you soon.
Bye.
See you later. Good guy. Lee's
That's cool. It's really cool. I mean, talking to Lee. I don't talk to him enough. I talk to him more in private chat.
Yeah.
But to have him on the stream and to catch up, and it's cool because I know he normally works on a Saturday night. So
yeah.
So
you
got Miscellaneous joining. I was actually just going to.
Did you say Miscellaneous?
Oh yeah, I sent him in, but I was actually going to end this.
Oh, are you okay?
I was, but I stand for.
Well, you're later than I am, so it's 10 here, so it's 3 there. So
yeah, it's just 10:03 here, so I was going to call it a day, but I'm not drinking any more beer. That's for sure. I had a fair few beers today, so. Yeah.
You got any big plans for Father's Day? You little one doing anything?
Not really, to be honest. She's already done me like a homemade card and stuff, which is
that's nice.
Pretty emotional and blah blah. Yeah, I've been in a it's great to have you and Leon. that's kind of snapped me out of my shit, if that makes sense. So, but, it's been nice. There he is.
You guys were having a rough conversation last night with Blake's, I know too.
Oh,
There
God,
he is.
that got me big time. Yeah. Hey, how you doing, mate? You're all right?
What's happening, homie?
I'm
Got a new haircut and everything. Look at you styling and profiling like Ric Flair.
well,
Proper-
it's hot down here, man.
Oh yeah, that Florida heat's no joke.
I did. I was wondering. Yeah.
Slick Rick there. Fucking hell. How you doing, mate? You're all right?
Oh yeah. I'm going on vacation here soon. Go
Oh,
down
nice.
south.
Nice.
I'm gonna go
Nice.
hit. I'm gonna be 12 minutes away from Funky Buddha's, where I'm booked at, where I'm
Alright.
staying, and then I'm gonna hit J Wakefield, Tripping Animals. I'm gonna make a trip when I go down south. Hit all
Nice.
the breweries up.
Oh, God. What you drinking, mate?
Collective Arts, Mai Tai Sour,
Nice.
All right. Canadian brewery.
orange juice, lime juice, bitter orange peel, and orgeat or whatever. However you want to pronounce that.
Yeah, I've not had that one
Oh,
before. I must admit, I saw that yellow can. I thought
Orgy?
it was the old.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
if it's
like,
orgy, that works.
It's orange and like almond. It's different.
I thought it was Ransack when I first saw it. To be honest, but yeah, just the color of the can.
Collective Arts always does some pretty decent beer.
Yeah,
At least the ones I've
they're
had.
not bad. They're not bad. They're pretty decent. I know they've got like a European brewing site. I don't know where it is, but we get a lot of their beers from there.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
but yeah,
It's
they're
cool. They
pretty cool.
expanded, man.
Yeah, they're massive.
Came from over the border to what they're out of Michigan. You get a brewery out of there, right?
Which one?
Well, I mean,
Wanakee?
Hamilton. Well, originally it's Hamilton, Ontario, I think. So, but yeah, I mean, I've been.
Yeah,
I've
Wanakee.
reviewed some of their beers like 3 or 4 years ago when I first started coming over to the UK, the OG site, and then since then, yeah, that Canada Day is it early Feb, late? Is it early July? I think it must be coming up soon. Canada Day. That's when we get loads of like Canadian beers in the UK on cans and fucking draft and all that sort of shit.
Nice.
That's when I first noticed. I was like, oh, who are these Herberts? You know, I was like, oh, Ransack Universe. I randomly done like never heard of them before. I'll do a review of it, and wow, that's one of their flagship beers on draft. Didn't realise at the time. Just reviewed it and was like, oh, this is a decent beer, and I've had it in cans a few times since, and really good stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Going down. One of the days I'm going down to Tripping Animals. They're having some kind of collab, I think, with. I can't remember the brewery. I have to look at my email again. They're dropping some stuff that I think. What's it? 450 North's supposed to drop something.
Oh, really? Like a
Supposed to be.
collab?
Yeah, they're having like there's a big like sour slushy party there, and they're supposed to drop some stuff that we don't get usually down here.
Nice.
And it so happens I'm on vacation. It's 45 minutes away. It's not that far.
nice. That's not far. Wow.
Yeah, I haven't heard much of 450 North recently. I mean, I know they're still doing
I got a couple there.
They're starting to get over here a little bit. But
Really? Wow.
They're not on general release. They're more of a trading kind of. They're available if you want them.
I mean, that's like
Other
that,
half-
dude. Yeah.
Other
The green
other
milk,
half
dude.
beers.
I got a hold of
Other
the
half-
whole series of that, Rod.
That just looks
All the
that
RAR
looks
that
awful.
came out this
That
Star
looks, that
Wars
looks
year.
fucking vile. That looks horrible.
It tastes great.
But it looks terrible. It looks fucking. That's not beer.
They got a blue milk. They got
I think you have that one.
I have all of them.
I'm
You have
sure I
that
have.
with brunch.
I'm really interested. Like I said, that one. It's cherry, blueberry, toasted marshmallow, and habanero pepper.
Yeah, that one sounds really good.
Smoothie sour.
I fancy a beer.
That was the harder one to get.
Wow, good.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw that story. There's a brewery making a beer with goose poop.
Goose poop?
Yeah.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I ain't gonna shit on it.
We put it in the boil. It's sanitized.
It's pretty shitty, but yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I saw that the last week. I was like, this can't be real. Yep, it's real. They're actually some breweries overseas looking to ferment. Like, I don't know why, but at a point, craft beer has to stop. It's like, you don't need to do shit like this. Like, there's no need for that. Draw the line.
Anyway, I'm really sorry to say this, especially to yourself, Drew.
Oh, that's all right. You gotta go. You've been on for a while. I didn't think you were gonna stay on. I would have hit you up way earlier.
No, I didn't want to say it because I know you just joined, but I'm gonna head off to bed because I'm pretty cream crackered, as they say over here. So shattered. So yeah, I mean, I appreciate you joining, everyone.
Always a pleasure, Rod.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm really sorry it did kind of go on a bit longer.
Cheers, guys.
But yeah, I'm just hitting the edge of
Totally
awake,
understand.
if that makes sense. So, but well, you don't have to go yet. But yeah. I was gonna give it another half hour. I'm joking, but yeah. But yeah, there you go. But no, thanks for joining, Miscellaneous. I appreciate it, mate. And cheers to my man Rod and Lee and who else joined? I can't even remember. I've had a beer. I think that was it. Was that it?
That's somebody who's before me.
Yeah, I think that was pretty much it. So everyone in the chat though, you're the guys that make me going. And sorry, it got a bit heavy early on. It is kind of one of them things I needed to do. So we've got 5 people watching there, so I really do appreciate it. Wayne, I'm just seeing people on screen now, but there's many more. So waffling on, I'm going to clear off. Thank you for watching them, and I'm going to try and get my ass together and post some more reviews soon. I've got loads in the bank. Just being lazy. Happy Father's Day to everyone out there. You guys are all awesome, and you take care. And I'll speak to you soon. Have a good week. End review.